Yeah. Well, what do you think when you see these things? There's a reason they're not being shown their enemy in training.
Oh, that
Yeah. That's messed up. The first time they see the aliens, it's like, nope, I'm out. It's too late.
I mean, they even addressed it in the movie. They can't give too much information because the draft wouldn't work anymore.
Yeah, they asked the instructor, "Why can't we see nothing?" No, it's better if you don't see the enemy because you wouldn't be here. And the woman says, "Next time somebody asks that, just lie."
Yeah, maybe just lie next time. I mean, and what's the reason? They absolutely panic when they see them and forget what they were being told in basic to aim for the belly. Stupid. Really stupid.
This is how it is today on Pop Culture Minefield. This is how it is today. This is how it is today on Pop Culture Minefield.
So let's see. What are we doing now? I guess we're doing a show. I had to respond to my dentist. I have a dentist appointment on Wednesday. I am not sure that I'm going to be able to do a show Wednesday afternoon if they have to knock me out. So,
you think they're going to pull out the tooth on Wednesday?
There's a good chance because it's abscessed right now. It's like really sore. And for you guys that don't know, I have a tooth that had a crown. The crown came off, and then the tooth snapped at the gum line. And so it's what do you call it? It had the root canal. So it's just I don't know how they're going to get out without surgery.
Yeah, but surgery is usually being scheduled and not on the spot, spontaneous.
And
this takes time.
The external side of the tooth that holds it in place is broken too. And so, yay!
Yeah.
So if they have to do an extraction on Wednesday, I won't be doing a show because I'll be loopy as fuck. And
probably that would be a nice show. That would
be not happening. Yeah, not happening.
Didn't Sean want to do that when he got his stomach out?
I will happily show my ass for a joke, but if I'm high, you ain't getting me on a fucking show. I'll just
wait.
I will go right back there on that bed and fall asleep.
Your sick sense of humor and good drugs together? Come on, bro.
Could be fun. Not even I will get you. That sucks, man.
That would be our best show ever.
I have only been funny one time when I was high, and that was Valentine's Day of 2000. I think 2000. And I was so baked, and we're at a party, which is how I got baked. And I was drunk and high at the same time because I've been drinking screwdrivers all night on top of all the ganja. And I'm sitting there, and we're watching Deuce Bigalow on TV. And apparently somebody like paused it. And I'm just sitting there eating Valentine's Day cake, watching it, just staring at the TV. And I'm so high, I didn't realize they paused it at first. And because somebody had knocked at the door and they were talking at the door, and I'm sitting there watching the scene, and I just turned to the guy next to me. I think it was not Brian was to my left. I think it was Marshall Devaney to my right. I turned and looked at him. I said, "This is the longest scene ever." And it cracked everybody up. And the bitch at the door got angry because she couldn't stand me to begin with. I couldn't stand her, which is, I think, why I made the joke. So, yeah, Bush is here. Give him his fucking video. All right, now shut up, Bush. Fucking show up like every now and again. Like, you know, you're like, I don't know. I feel like a cheap girl that, you know, is his pickup date. You know, fuck you, Bush.
And then he thinks he can tell us not to argue. We do what we want.
We do what we want.
We are Bush's booty call.
Yeah, we're Bush's booty call. Yeah, when his woman's out of town. So now we love you, Bush. Glad you're here. So it is Military Monday, and today we're going to be talking about the film The Tomorrow War, which is soon going to have a sequel. We kind of expected that to happen. Yeah, we kind of expected
the day after Tomorrow War.
The day after Tomorrow War. So, or the Tomorrow War the next day. The stupid names of sci-fi films. The film is absolutely a check your brain at the door film.
Yes.
Even though they do kind of use some real science in it, it is so it is so unbelievable. And there's so much Deus Ex Machina in this film that you just got to check your brain at the door.
But then it's a fun movie.
I could have sat there and ripped this film apart, but I had so much fucking fun watching it.
Yeah.
Yep. I've been there with many movies, man.
It's well done. It's well done. The pacing is good. The friggin' the special effects and everything. And what's funny is Amazon, I was beginning to think they were going to try and turn 4th of July into Chris Pratt Day, because you had this, and then the very next summer on the 4th of July, Terminal List dropped.
And this is a guy that has done a crap load of military training for his films. I mean, like his first movie was Zero Dark 30, and he's the best part of the film, him and his team. I didn't give two shits about the fictional Chastain character that they based off a real person. You know, I wish they had done the real person, because they have not talked about the life she has had to live, because people know who she is. And she's been kind of given a nickname because of what she did. But she was never torn. She didn't cry on the plane on the way home. You know, she was good at her job. And she was good at waterboarding. And they make it look like she was torn, or that there was a problem with and they do it wrong in the film too. It's like, that's not how waterboarding is done. So people have like say, well, how do you know? And I'm like, I've been waterboarded, dipshit. I got waterboarded twice, and I passed out like every single time they did it, because they use the fire buckets. You know how big those are, Joe. The Army fire buckets. Those things hold a lot of fucking water.
Yeah, they do.
And they did it, and you can't breathe. The locking system in your body, you have no control over it. That when water hits you and you're held at an angle, that you can't aspirate the water the way it's designed. But you can't breathe either. And I just passed out, and then I woke up pretty quickly and then passed right back out again. It was like, yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
No. Yeah, I mean, you know, when you're in the military, you get subjected to different things that are a pain in the ass.
Well, to do this, you have to volunteer for it.
The worst one I ever had was the CS chamber at fucking.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's not a volunteer thing. You have to do that.
Door for you to run into. You know,
you will flunk if you don't do the CS chamber. Yeah. And I was one of half a dozen guys with the drill instructors who went through 3 times, because the drill sergeants were like, let's do it again. I'm like, fuck it. I don't mind blowing snot all over my fucking clothes. They're already ruined.
The only time I ever saw people go through a chamber more than once was when I was in MP school and they sent us through the marijuana chamber. And the friggin' the drill instructor, oh, well, you have to arrest people for that shit, you have to have smelled it. And they assume that not everybody, I mean, first of all, to get in the MPs, you have to have a top secret clearance. So most of the time, they're straight-laced guys that have never done this shit before. Some of them may have, but they do that so that you know what it smells like, right? And the drill sergeant that was sending us in there went, okay, first 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, counted himself. And then the next time he comes through, he goes, okay, next 5, counts himself every fucking time. It was hilarious, man. He was high as shit by the time we were done going through it.
MPs go to school? Okay.
Yes, we do, believe it or not.
Yeah, I do believe they call that the hot clearance. It's the because there's a standard clearance that every soldier has to go through to be deployed.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, oh boy, they do a background check. They call family and shit. It's fucking wild what they do. But then you get
to be an MP, you have to have
Q
top
clearance.
secret. Yeah,
Q
you
clearance.
have to have top secret.
Q clearance.
So
it's not top secret. It's called Q clearance. That is the next level up. And top secret is only given to people at the highest echelons of intelligence.
They may have called it secret clearance.
It's Q clearance.
Yeah,
is what it's actually officially called in the military is Q clearance. And you got to pass that because it's like they will check not only your parents but your grandparents to make sure there are no communists, to make sure that you have no within like second cousin, I think, or third cousin twice removed or some shit. That's a communist or a member of any radical organizations. You have to be clean. If they spot anything, you will get disqualified. And you can be deployed, but you don't get to do certain jobs. So get my caffeine.
You can't be an MP without it, that's for sure. Because you're doing talk access half the places you go to. So
Yep.
Yeah,
you got to be able to enter into areas in order to do your job.
Yep.
And so there you go. Joe, vouch for me. That's Bush.
Yes, sir. I'll vouch for the food. That's for sure. It always looks good. No doubt.
Okay.
I know that Wade sent me a message last night. I've seen this movie. I want to join you guys. I sent him an invite, but I don't know. Not heard from him this morning.
Is he a veteran?
No. Not that I'm aware of. But neither is either of you. So
yeah, I was just gonna say, I don't think
Joe and I are the only veterans here, but we accept you because you love the military. And by the way, that is really one of the rules of being a member of the Dangerous Nerd Crowd. You don't actually have to be a veteran to be in the Dangerous Nerd Crowd, but you have to be a supporter. You have to be family member, friend, something like that to join Dangerous Military Nerds. That's on the Facebook group. So, but anyway, so the film really, God, he has gotten some incredible training, Chris Pratt, and in the process has really become enamored with the military and military personnel. He just loves being around them. Big, huge supporter of the U.S. military and our allies. And I love the fact that he has learned to properly handle weapons. And also, by the time he did, and I'm not sure which one filmed first, Joe, whether it was this one or the Terminalist. But I got to tell you, man, when he got on Terminalist, he was working directly with a bunch of Navy SEALs that were there as advisors. They had one main advisor. You had the creator of the show, who is a Navy SEAL. And then you had a bunch of other Navy SEALs there that were friends and cohorts of some of the people working on the show. So they were invited on the show. So they absolutely had some of the best advisors on that film. And or a series. And that's why there were two moments on that show where I got what I refer to as my military hard-on.
I've heard you rave about it before. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's a point when he's walking out of a building and he walks down the front steps of it and goes around a fence and does an immediate right turn. And that right turn is exactly how you're trained to do it in CQB. And we don't even get that kind of training in the Army. You know, that's just something that comes with time. You learn how to do certain things and you get better at them. Whereas those tier 1 operators, they whether they're Delta, which is part of the 75th,
details are honed, no doubt.
Yeah,
I think the other
Delta
one that
Force is part of the 75th Ranger, and once you get tier 1, you know your skill set is like just something else, and it's beyond instinct. They do these things, and so I like when it gets represented in a film or a show. And that was the first time ever you saw proper right turn or left turn, doesn't matter. And on top of that, the first time they ever showed a proper shoulder switch.
Yeah, I was going to say, you always raved about him going down the stairs and switching shoulders. Yeah.
Go up the stairs. He's going up.
Was it up the stairs?
He has to go left. He's right-handed. He has to go left to go up the stairs. And as he hits the stairs, he knows that door at the top right is his target. So the minute he hits the stairs, he switches shoulders to keep target on that fucking door. And then when he gets to the top of the stairs, when he's back to facing it, he switches shoulders again. And I'm like, I just got fucking like, oh shit. And I was like, I wrote Del Dye and Julia going, I can't believe they did this on this show. You know,
see, and John Q. Public, I mean, hell, even guys like me that did 3 years in the military and were done with it wouldn't recognize anything like that during the show. You know what I'm saying? We haven't had that kind of training. But yeah, man,
I was just a basic grunt combat medic, you know. But I got to hang out with some of the most badass dudes, and I got trained by some badass dudes. Both my sergeants, Eugene Tevez and Tom Parker, they were both Army Rangers. Rangers all the way, you know. And they fucking, I loved working with those two.
The only Army Ranger I ever dealt with was when they actually made me a draftsman on Fort Hood. For the last 3 months I was there, and I was in.
I
was in the S3, Gerry, at a battalion headquarters. So I was the draftsman for battalion headquarters, and this guy was he was a first Cav vet, and that's the only time I got to mess, even interact with an Army Ranger when I was in. You know.
I remember during basic, I didn't piss him off, but I annoyed one of my sergeants because my buddy, Cowboy, I can't remember what his real name was. He was a good old Texan. He had a big old thick accent. He says, boy, let me tell you. And he was going to go to be a plumber in the Army, but his dream was to be a Ranger. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, so you want to be a Ranger plumber or a plumber Ranger? And he just laughed. And so I did cadence one day, and I was never given the option of ever doing cadence ever again after this.
Oh, no, you didn't.
I changed. I want to be a plumber. I changed the lyrics of the song.
I want to be an airborne Ranger.
Plumber. I want to be an airborne plumber.
I want to live a life of danger.
I mean, I made up all sorts of stuff about having to clean up outhouses in the field in that song and improvise the whole thing. And my senior NCO is like, information, Kissel. Truesdale, you come out. Truesdale, man, that dude was like, he had a very deep voice. Louisiana black guy, and
there you go.
He could fucking sing, and he did a version of Early Morning Rain that all of us would almost forget ourselves when he was singing it. The cadence for it.
Oh my God, we have Commander Riker here.
It's Boosh.
What's up, Riker? Hey, that's
you're
awesome. You're
You're
muted.
bro.
Yeah, I got that. Thank you, Gary or Geru. How are you guys doing? I
Good to
haven't
see you,
talked to
man.
you in a long time.
No kidding.
Yeah, you've been
man.
ignoring us.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Enjoying the food porn, though. Enjoying the food porn, no doubt.
I
Always.
appreciate it. That pizza, despite Anima's disdain towards pork and meat products.
It's not a disdain. I'm just not eating it.
It's
Oh,
not
that
disdain.
was-
It's hate. It's pure hatred.
No, it was glorious. That pizza dough came out perfect, and the toppings, just the cheese melted just perfect. I got a before and after picture, glorious.
Nice.
Gary, you're looking good despite your ailment.
Age?
Despite
Yeah,
your age.
I'm-
I didn't say that. That was Martin said that.
I'm very achy today too. Plus, I've got my abscess that's bugging me. Looking forward to
Yeah,
my dental
I got
appointment Wednesday.
I have a wisdom tooth on the bottom right, which is needs to come out.
Oh, Chuck Dixon just wrote his review for Equalizer 3.
I still love Denzel Washington. I think he's great.
He's hit that age where he needs to stop doing this. He's getting too old.
He can't be an action star anymore, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Completely
I mean,
agree.
he kind of looked unhealthy when he made Equalizer 3. There were points that some people were like, "What's up with his lip?" I said, "His lip has always been that way. He's just old now." And
he
really
looks bad in 2. He's still got with all of the edits that they had in the action shots in 2. It worked pretty well, but he's not the same guy from Training Day, you know.
No,
We're
no.
gonna run right out and see him in Gladiator too, though, right?
Oh
no,
no one's going to go see that movie. Oh, Pedro Pascal, he's a big ticket item.
Yeah, that
it made $87 million according to Good Morning America internationally this week.
Yeah,
we'll see if that's
true.
See
exactly, Gary. We'll see.
So right here, I see this when it first appears. I'm like going, "Oh God, I hope that's not the effects. Oh, this would be awful."
Oh no.
And this is in honor to our good friend Jeebus when he sooner or later turned into Krampus Jeebus again.
Every time they show that street from above and the houses, it looks like bad CGI.
Oh no, it doesn't. I thought the panning shot up to the house, I thought it was really good. I thought it was well done. It's suburban America, very well-to-do guy, which is Chris Pratt in this role right here. I thought it was a great lead up.
The fact is, he's in trouble financially, and
not yet, but he is right now.
He knows he's going to be because his character is unemployed, and he's been trying to get this one job.
And the
he's
job
not unemployed. He's a teacher and he hates it and he wants to get out.
No. He's looking for the.
No.
Go ahead, Gary.
He's a teacher who wants to be employed in a big lab. That is what he wants.
He has a job. Yeah. He has a job. But
he's not new with these kids.
But he's overextending himself financially to be in the situation to take care of his kids. That's one of the points that we see with the panning shot through the neighborhood. He can't afford it. That's why he needs this job.
That is about almost $1 million house right there.
Right. And he needs this new job.
What's up, Vin Zinger? Don't worry about it, buddy. We just started.
Oh, let me switch over.
So who else here right now? We've got let's see. Eastland Burkholder is here, and Vin Zinger has arrived.
I was hanging out with Bankman's girl all last night. Oh my God.
Doing what?
Just hanging out. We were I was on Stephenzo cast, and she was there pretty much the exact same time I was.
I've known her for a while, and I've never heard her voice. I have no idea what she even
like. We got her on stream 3 or 4. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Back to the show. I'll tell you the story later.
Now that we're talking social, Rough Girl, she's on his birthday today. If
Oh
you
my God,
follow
Rough
her,
Girl.
I
if
do.
you follow
I
her,
follow Rough Girl.
go and wish her a happy birthday.
I met Rough Girl through what's her name? Lorena Creole,
Mm.
and through was it Midnight's Edge?
I think I met her through Midnight's Edge. And she used to watch the show now and again. And few of the girls that I've met along will pop up every once in a while. They're fun.
Oh, she's great. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, here we're like
Yeah.
Is this correct assessment that he's like gambling on the game? Is that why he's so into this soccer match?
No, the little girl is the one into the game. She just wants her dad to watch the game with her.
Martin, you
Okay.
should share her link in the public chat for everybody to go wish her a happy birthday.
Yeah, but I only have her link on
It's
Facebook.
Sci-Fi Mombi. What's up?
There's Mommy. Yeah.
You too, Mombi. Have a great day.
And this there it is.
Yeah, in the middle of the game.
Right.
I thought that was the TV acting up, but then they cut.
So did I.
They cut to the stadium and shit is happening.
Well, because
I
you
like
see the
watch
reaction.
football myself, so and he's about to score a goal, and the screen goes all weird. And I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I thought the same thing when I was watching the first time. Like, oh, the TV cut out. Oh.
And it looks so cool the way they come from the future. And then when Chris Pratt gets deployed, they just drop from the ceiling, from the sky. I mean, something with them was fucked up because they dropped from far too high, but every time they jump, they just fall down. And they on the
in the wrong
field,
location
come
too.
running. Yeah, but they come running out of that. And after that, in the movie, every time there's a jump, people are just dropping out of the sky. That was a bit weird.
No, they screwed up their jump.
This one, yes, but you see other jumps too, and they just drop down.
Yes, because
They only did it cool
they are
the first time.
their jump should be at between 5 and 10 feet from the ground.
Right.
I'm not talking about that screw up. I'm not talking about that screw up. Yes, they dropped from way too high, but after that, you see them jump again when they go back to the present, and they just drop from like 2 meters or 3 meters to the ground. They only do it cool on the very first time when they come from the future to the soccer field.
I wouldn't call that cool. It was a screw up.
Cool. Why was it a screw up?
It has something to do with the way the planet is moving through space time, and they didn't calculate it correctly.
No,
you're not hearing what I'm saying.
Okay.
You can't forget about that, Bush. Nobody takes that into account when they do
that too, yeah.
sci-fi time travel. Okay, I was busy. So, Anima, explain to me again, or explain to me for the first time.
When you see them jump back from the future on that football field, it looks so cool because they come running out of that effect, whatever. Every time after that,
can I interrupt you? It's called a soccer pitch. It's not a football field.
It's football, real football.
It's a soccer pitch.
They use their feet to kick real balls, spherical, round balls.
So. We've been there a million times. Boring.
I made Gerry laugh. I win.
I didn't laugh. I was just like,
I saw you laugh. Stop! Shut up.
Ah, man, I've been missing you, Bush. So again, Anima, explain it to me.
They come from the future, and it looks fucking cool because they come running out of that whatever effect that is. Every time after that in the movie, a jump happens, people just drop from the sky. And I'm not talking about how high they drop on that butched up, fucked up jump. I'm talking every time after that a jump happens, people just drop like sandbags.
I know, right?
Cool on the first time.
You know why that is? Because they use all the glitter that They use all the glitter they have left in the future to make that entrance.
No, I will tell you the exact reason why it keeps happening. Because the writers decided.
Yes.
I like my explanation better.
I like Gerry's explanation better.
Mine's a fact.
Yours is boring.
It's boring, but it's true.
I like that I muted myself and Gerry unmuted me when I muted myself. That was hilarious.
No, I also muted you because I was not going to let you interrupt Anima again.
But I muted myself already. You
Nice for
unmuted
me.
me when I muted myself. That was great.
What,
Oh my god!
I said
I know
you did
we-
something nice for me. I'm in shock.
I know we
I do lots of things for you,
we passed the
Sammy.
scene, but
I
I
this
freaking
scene.
love the.
This
No,
scene
I love-
is so fucking. Oh, seatbelts. Are we going to be moving?
Yeah. Good. It's a good line. It's a really good line.
I love
The
the
comedy in this
volcano
is
kid.
so fucking funny.
Oh yeah, he has so many fun lines. The dad too.
You seem to know a lot about this stuff. Yes, it's a long story. Were you previous or prior military? And he goes, I guess it's
Yeah.
a short story.
Yeah, no, he's just wondering how can you be so calm? Are you from a military? Oh, why are you so calm? And he says long story, and he says, "Oh, from a military."
Right,
guess it's a short
exactly,
story.
Burke.
But
Burke
my
got it.
favorite line is when he tells the alien to die, and then he's lying in the snow next to his dad, and his dad is, "Did you just tell him to die?" Yeah,
Well,
it
wait
worked.
for
Could have
that
told
one.
him that
Wait,
before.
wait for that one.
That was the best line. That black dude is also funny.
Oh, when
That's
he
Sam
calls
Richardson.
J.K. Simmons,
He was
conspiracy
on a show
Santa.
called The Detroiters, and I love that show. Sam Richardson is so funny on that show. I was pissed when that show got canceled. Sam Richardson is so fucking funny. He's also in another werewolf film that I'm
He's
wanting to
great.
still do, even if it's not seasonal. I don't care. Now I didn't like the after party because it's woke and it's ridiculous. It's just bad casting and unfunny. But he has done some really good stuff. He's also a bad guy on Ted Lasso, who makes a few appearances on the show. But he did a film called Werewolves Within.
Werewolves Within 2021, right?
Yep, 2021. It's a really good fucking movie. It is a horror comedy Agatha Christie mystery. It's
Well,
really good.
he was also on. He was one of the congressional assistants on Veep, and he was one of
Never
the ones
watched that
that
show.
Veep pretty good.
I don't
He's-
watch anything that has leftist actors. Too many
Yeah,
leftist
well,
actors in it.
anyway, so he's one of the assistants, and he'll be like, "Well, no, actually, in our state, this is what," and they'll be like, "Shut the fuck up!"
Right? Shut up,
And
pal.
that's his
Yeah.
character. Like he has all the stats and like information for the state that the congressman is part of, and they just go like, "Shut up!"
They don't want to hear the
Right.
truth, right? Yeah, he's speaking truth to power, and they're like, "Shut up! Don't want to hear it."
Yeah. Well, it's when like one of the senators or congress people are talking to another congressperson, and then he actually comes up with facts and statistics. And they're like,
How dare he?
up.
Right? What's wrong with you? Shut up!
"Oh, it's great." No, because
How
he's
dare you
brilliant in the
confuse me
show.
with facts?
So I want to point out some of the funny people in this movie. You've got Sam Richardson, which is hilarious. And I really enjoy the crap out of Mary Lynn Rajika. She's been in a lot of TV shows. I think she was even on SNL for a while.
I don't know who that is.
Let me show you who that is. Share screen.
Because we're like where he's talking to his father. There's J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
Simmons is great in this too. And they
So-
do a
he's
great
great in
job of
everything.
setting up
Oh,
the third act.
she was in 24.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. She's
That's where I
actually
know her from.
very fucking funny.
Oh, she's done
Yep,
some stand up.
I love that girl, man.
She's done some stand up, which was kind of like what a lot of female stand up is.
J.K. Simmons, he's got a movie out now too. He's Santa Claus now.
Oh, the red one.
Yeah, red one.
Yeah, it's not doing well.
It is.
Yeah,
not.
I didn't figure it would. It looks like a CGI nightmare. And
It doesn't.
It's worse than that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just watch the video that Andre put out about it. It's the theatrical release is just publicity. It's focused for streaming. It's an Amazon movie.
Well, that's just it. Is Netflix learned that it has to do limited theatrical releases for its big films in order to be considered for any awards.
Yeah.
And Andre says that based on analysis that Tom did, that if you make a theatrical release, your streaming movie get more legs. So
that worked backwards for Black Widow.
Yeah, but Black Widow wasn't.
Was a
made
terrible,
for,
terrible movie.
It was a bad movie.
Yeah, but it wasn't made for streaming.
But it didn't have legs either.
Yeah, but what I'm talking about is about the model.
No, I know what you're talking about, Martin, and I get what you're saying. You're right.
Of course I'm right. Tom said so.
Oh boy.
I'm just echoing Tom and Andre.
But Yvonne Strahovski from
Strahovski
is so fucking good in this.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm going to correct you on that. Sorry, Gerry.
I don't care. I'm not going to pronounce it any other way.
By the way, Joe,
sir,
she's gonna be on Mass Effect 2, or in a very beautiful way.
She was already in Mass Effect 2, the video game. That was her.
Her name should be.
He's talking about. I'm playing it.
Should be Yvonne Strahovski because she's so hot.
Yeah, that's correct. I completely agree with that.
There you go. No,
she's Miranda. She plays Miranda.
Yeah. Oh yes.
That's what he's talking about, Boosh. I'm going to be playing Mass Effect 2 for the first time.
I got it
here in a little while. So yeah, when I finish Brutal Legend, the Jack Black game before Jack Black lost.
Can I give you a pro tip, Joe? Do not pursue her as a partner. Go with Jack.
Can you give me any tips for not being interested in watching or playing it?
Well, no, you're not playing it because Joe is.
Oh, no tips then. Okay, thanks.
Oh, I'm talking to my friend Joe. Oh, this is a good scene. This is so good.
Bush, you know Gerry can ban you, right?
No. When he bribes her, when he bribes her to make her tell mom
you're gonna tell your mom you did this, right?
Yeah. That's a good
What's
scene.
it worth, Dad?
The price.
He's a good dad. He's very cool.
He is.
Is he though?
It's so heartbreaking when you find out what he did. When they
exactly.
Everybody thinks that the Earth is round, and it's not. It's closer to an egg shape. It's closer to an egg shape.
Yeah, I showed you a picture of that
or like a pier.
12 months ago. I showed you the picture of what the Earth looks like.
Yeah, and I never knew that before. Bush, thanks.
Fucking crazy.
Growing up in science and everything, I never learned that.
He's never delved into those kind of topics before. No, never.
I gave him
shocked.
According to Bush, Earth has the shape of a pizza, resting on 4 roasted pigs.
Time is a flat circle.
People have the wrong idea of how the moon goes around the Earth as we travel around the sun, and people actually used to think there was a curlicue thing and I'm like, no, because if you do it that way, at some point it's going backwards. You can't do that. I said what it does is as the Earth is moving around the sun, it does this S around it.
Right.
That's all it does. And it kind of freaks people out when they realize, so it's not a curly. No, it's not a curlicue. It's S's around the Earth as we
everything is moving.
Yeah.
Everything is moving. Oh, it blows people's mind when I tell them that the sun is actually orbiting something else, and we're moving in a curlicue.
You're trying to melt people's brains.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You're cooking people's brains. You can't stop cooking, can you?
Well, we're spinning at what 76,000 miles per hour on the planet. That's how
We're
fast the
moving
planet
pretty
spins.
damn fast. Yes.
And then we're also
Then you get
spinning
those
around the
stupid
sun.
people. Why aren't we flying off into space?
Gravity.
Yeah, gravity dipshit.
The theory of gravity.
Gravity and inertia.
Well, that
because
concept
we're
is
standing
so
on
far
something
beyond
that
them.
has way more mass than we do. It's
Because there's a giant iron core in the middle of this thing that we're on that holds us to it.
I guess
love
you
that
could say it's hardcore.
Oh
Fuck
God.
you,
Well,
Gerry.
it's molten, so it's not hard.
You know, that's funny. I've heard people say,
That was
well,
hilarious.
are you going to pour that metal? I'm like, you don't pour metal. It's not a liquid. Well, it becomes liquid. No, it doesn't.
No,
It's
it's
still
no,
melted
metal.
into a liquid. Thank
It's
you very
molten.
much.
What you do when you think you're pouring it, you're injecting it.
Yeah. Gerry, do you think oxygen, the air we breathe, is a liquid?
It's a fluid.
I just wanted to
It's-
blow his mind.
it is
He's
fluid.
gonna
It
he's
is
gonna say
fluid.
yes. Yeah, it's fluid. Do you think cats are fluid?
They are.
Yes,
It's been
because they can
proven.
fit inside of anything.
Cats and babies.
They move into the shape of whatever
I think
object
that's
they
what
go
this
into.
movie was missing. A bunch of flirkins. They needed a bunch of flirkins in this movie. Yes.
Oh no.
I disagree.
Oh no. How dare you bring that word in here?
I'm with Martin. You're wrong.
Oh my God, that fucking
Oh, there he is. There he is. There's our boy.
Richardson. Yep. Good
Hey.
actor.
Hey, you guys have never seen Veep? He's amazing in Veep.
No, I,
Nope.
I have a tendency of avoiding shows produced about the presidency or the White House that's produced, written by, and starring a bunch of lefties. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
he
nah,
won't
but
watch
it's-
The West Wing either, which is one of the best dramas on TV ever.
No.
Well,
So-
but Veep was trying to make fun of Sarah Palin, but it turned out that what's her name? Julia Louis-Dreyfus character actually turned into Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Like by accident.
Well, it's just it. You know, you look back on Carpenter, and Carpenter's making these anti-Republican sci-fi films, but in the end, it's actually he's making fun of the Clintons. He's
Yes,
making fun of
yes.
so many liberals, and because it wasn't the conservatives at all that were going to do those things. It was the
It's
liberals.
the liberals doing it. Well, not liberals, leftists.
Leftists. Yeah, because liberals I get along with really well. Keith's
I get along with liberals too.
He's
Yeah.
old school liberal. He's what they refer to as a blue dog Democrat.
Oh,
Those are
there's
the guys I
there's
get
the
along with,
claw.
'cause that's really
There's
what
the
I
claw.
am.
You go back one scene, there's the claw.
Yeah,
I think you were a dick.
That's where they call them the White Claw.
I love the effects here. This is so
Pretty good.
low. I mean, it did not take a lot of money to do this scene, and
No,
it's
but it
still
looks
fucking
cool
cool.
as shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they just pull them up on wires, did some CG, and but I fucking enjoyed the shit out of it. And he, thank God, falls into the water because everybody else is fucking hitting concrete and falling all the way to the ground.
And when they're hitting the concrete, it actually is like a splatter. Like,
Yeah,
holy
it's
shit, they actually hit
gross.
hard. Yeah. It was upsetting.
Time Mechanics said that he was bound to survive that jump because he's destined to die 7 years later.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet, Martin.
Of course.
We've
That's why
been there.
everybody was selected. They
Why are you so
only
worried
people
about
allowed to
spoiling
be
something that was
drafted
not-
into this are people who are going to die.
Anyway, right.
Yes, but when he was being drafted, they told him, you die in 7 years.
Right.
I thought they were selecting people who won't be alive in 28 years. And all the people
No,
in the
it's-
future they're
no,
working with
he-
are
they
so
have to
young.
be-
right,
The
it's-
only exception is his daughter and him.
He
Anima,
doesn't get
Anima.
he doesn't get the job. he gets separated from his wife and he drinks himself to death in 7 years.
No, he has a car accident.
He has a car
With
accident,
drinking.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't get that at all, that everybody was going to die anyway. The other
Yes,
dude
that
has
was-
cancer, and we know about him, but those are
Yeah,
the
but-
only two.
Well, it's like the black guy that's already
explained.
a veteran of this war already. He explains that he knows he's going to die. It's better to die
Well, he has
standing up
cancer.
doing this.
He has cancer. But those are the only two who we really know that they know they're
Terminal
going to die
illnesses.
anyway soon.
No,
Yeah.
we're told this when they're picked that they will not survive. They're not going to make it that 28 years.
Well,
they're going to die anyway. So that's why
they have to make a list of when they can take everyone, because you have to ensure that they have the kids that they're going to be needed in the future.
right,
That
but they're
too,
taking
yeah.
people that either don't have kids or already have kids.
Okay, Joe, come.
Yeah, you're right.
Come on, Joe. Joe, shut us up.
Everything you guys are talking about is probably exactly what Gerry was referencing when he said this movie has a whole lot of holes.
Yeah.
No. But that's the one thing that makes
They
sense.
try and explain it, but there's no way to get around the fact that you're fucking with history, pulling these people out of their lives.
I don't want to
Correct.
say it's got a lot of holes, but it puts Jenna James to shame.
Oh, you mean Jenna Jameson?
Whatever. Nobody cares. The joke was funny.
You got the
It was
name
close.
wrong.
You almost
got the
got
name
It
there.
wrong.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They knew exactly who I was talking about.
Knew exactly
And that's
who
the
we were
joke.
talking about.
Because it's the future and no one cares.
Oh man.
Now,
I had to
my
give it to
problem
Gerry.
also with this guy is his survival is also beneficial the better trained these guys are. And so that he
Yes.
doesn't go out of his way to help train them without being a dick about it
Yes.
is
Thank
funny.
you.
It's another plot problem.
It was so annoying. It's like, hey, you have some information that you could tell us? No, let's just go.
Yeah, because after they fucking survive the first thing and they lose some guys, then he gives them some advice. It's
Yeah.
like, you motherfucker.
No, I told
You
you,
could've
Gerry.
told us
They
beforehand.
are being told in basic to aim for the belly. They just forget because they panic.
Yeah, they
No,
forget.
I'm with Gerry on
It's
this
while
one.
they're
This
in
dude-
it. He should
this
be
dude-
reminding them in
Yeah.
combat. Aim for
Yeah.
the soft spots.
In fact, he only does that to Chris Pratt.
And
Yeah.
I mentioned that
kills
before.
him.
He's got the claw on his necklace that he's killed one. He should be telling these people this shit. I'm with Gerry on that.
I think he's annoyed that he got paired up with a bunch of noobs and only one guy who.
That's
has some
not
military
his
value.
job. His job is to win the war.
Yeah.
Hey, we have Glenn.
Hey, Glenn, what's up,
Hey,
you
Glenn.
limey prick?
Hi, Glenn.
Oh, you have to read his hello.
The
And Gerry,
job
yeah, I
is
got
the
it,
job
I
is
got
not like be pissed off about some noobs. The job is to win and teach the noobs how to kill these things.
Well,
Glenn Gary.
they made so many mistakes. When they say, "Well, why can't we jump to another point in time?" I said, "Okay, because both
Well, they don't-
points in time are moving forward at the same pace." Okay, so why you didn't just bring us the
But they
technology
don't know.
to fabricate more shit like that?
But the people in
could
the
have-
future don't
we-
know when these things showed up.
Okay, the people in the future, they came back to the past. They should have start building new time stations
They
so
are.
they can jump wherever they need it. No,
I
they
think
are
they
done
only have the
doing
one.
that. In fact, they say, no, we're not doing that.
No,
They don't have
that's
resources to
15.
do that, Martin. They only
we'll,
have
we'll,
the
we'll
one.
get to it at the end. But they do
my
actually
God, you
explain
didn't
that.
pay attention.
They
The
do
other
actually
thing is,
explain that problem
it
you
should-
have, Martin.
No, they shouldn't. They
Yes.
don't. They didn't explain that. That is just Deus ex machina, because they needed the plot to develop the way they developed it. But they should have been constructing more time stations. They should have been developing new weapons that can penetrate the natural armor of the beasts. With thinking about, we have 30 years to prepare for all that we know now.
Right.
They didn't do that. They just took people and throw it to the meat grinder.
If you
Right,
listen
they're throwing
to
bodies at the problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
if you listen to Yvonne Strahovski, as Gerry says, which is correct, she explains that they tried and they were overrun.
Yeah,
Nope.
this is the last
Nope.
resort. They don't know what else to
that
do,
is not
so
a
they went
square.
back to
Correct, Anima. Anima is absolutely correct. They tried
you
to
don't-
make
you
more
don't-
time
you're not
stations and
getting
they
me.
got
You're-
overrun.
You're
They
not
are
getting
out
me.
of time and resources.
Yes.
That's why they're so
This is the
desperate
last
that they go back in
Listen.
time.
the last
Listen.
ditch effort.
Listen. The beats appear
Oh
in
god, that's a good shot right there.
Yeah. They appear in 2048. We are in 2022. We have a lot of years in which they could have been since 2023.
Why are you so angry?
Because you're not listening to me.
I am
They,
listening.
they came back. They came back to 2022. They begin the offensive in 2023. They could have been building since 2023 new time jump stations
No.
until 2024, 2048. Yes, they could have been that.
No, they tried. It's explained in the
They
in
didn't
the
try
movie.
that. They didn't try that. The explanation
It
that
was
they
the
do is
last ditch effort.
God damn it. Oh, okay, I'm not talking anymore.
Okay.
You're not listening.
I don't think that was an option to build more.
Yeah, it wasn't an
it's not
option because the writers
the
didn't
writers
want to.
didn't think about it. Because the problem you have is like, look, there are many things that they could have done. Absolutely could have done. Last ditch effort's bullshit. They have the technology. They can share the technology. They could build a time station in the past. They could have done a lot of things. They could have planned the war to take place in modern time, not send people to the future in order to look for where these creatures are.
However,
where are they? They came from somewhere.
right.
There are many options that they didn't want to do because then it would have become real science fiction, and they would have had to have serious sci-fi writers.
They
We're
don't
trying
know
to
where
explain shit that never is going to make sense
they
anyway.
don't
Okay.
know where they came from. They don't know what time they came from. They've been looking in this specific part of time in prehistory from where they are in the future war, looking for where these things came from. They never found it. They just decided to bring people from the past who were going to die anyway,
which is also
into the
bad
future
science
fight.
too, because you know,
Yeah, I agree.
it's how you track patterns. There would have been patterns that they could have tracked to figure out a general area where they're from, and that
Are they?
information should have been, they absolutely should have.
Well, so like
Absolutely.
when your
that science exists now. I mean,
when your
it's existed
time
for a
starts
long
at this
time.
point in time and you get removed from that point in
Bull-
time, now this
they
different time
did.
that you've been put in the future is now your new time because you're going to die anyway. It's
Well, see, that's what a bad writer would say.
that's what happens in this movie.
Dude,
I know
dude,
because
listen.
a bad writer did that.
Yes, I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you.
I'm just telling you that
Just saying.
That's the flaw in the slaw with this is there's so many fucking holes in it.
Yes,
And
not so many, but that's a glaring one.
No, there
there's a
are
lot of
many.
holes in this thing.
That's a lot.
There's a lot of holes in
Well, all
how
of
they
it
do things in this, and it's one Deus ex machina moment after another. The thing that makes this film so awesome is the cast and the action, and then the comedy.
Yeah.
Well,
definitely
the biggest of all of this, time travel stuff is that it's the girl that was his daughter. That's the biggest one for me. It was like,
Well,
are
this
you
is about
fucking
fathers
kidding
and
me?
daughters. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand the emotional connection between that, but it's like, oh, come on now, man. Really? Why wouldn't she say no to him being brought into the future?
Yeah. Also, no, she wanted him there. She knew that he was
Yes.
probably
Yeah,
one of the
that's a
few people.
terrible. That's a terrible
I know.
fucking future to
I
live
know.
in.
Yeah,
What
No, no,
did
talked
like
about
me?
I've talked with others about this, Glenn, that Andromeda hitting the Milky Way, nothing would happen because there's
It's
so
not a
much
hit.
space.
You
There's
are
so much
wrong.
space, nothing would collide. It would just we'd become one
Rearrange.
galaxy.
You just
Things
start
will
moving around
rearrange.
each other. Everything just starts moving around each other. But that's like what 250,000 light years away from us. Andromeda is.
Mm-hmm.
Like our nearest star is Proxima Centauri, and I think that's 4 light years away.
8.
Like we travel, is it 8? Whatever. The nearest.
Thanks to I want to keep on this show, dude.
Sure.
Thanks to the Deus Ex Machina again, we have this scene.
Yeah. The dead bodies.
Because this is where he bonds with them with Chris Pratt.
What he should have done when they showed up.
When they met.
When they, yeah.
While they were training, he should have immediately keyed in on this guy as a trained.
He knows what he's doing. He's
warrior.
killed one of them before, all that kinds of shit. Yeah.
And this scene always reminds me of the final scene in Black Hawk Down, where they're at the chow line.
Yeah. Look, Martin, boom, you're done. 4 light years away. He said 8.
Yeah, I may be.
You may be wrong. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I may be confusing it with Sirius, maybe.
Sirius is a lot further away. I do agree with Gerry that when these guys showed up, the black dude was just kind of. Did it feel like he was using them as cannon fodder?
Yep. And it's just bullshit.
Fucked up, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have 30 years to develop new technology.
But you have a limited supply of soldiers.
Don't care. Technology. You have 30 years to develop super guns.
Also, I want to point out something else that's not technology. It was built by technology, but it is called.
There she is. Oh my God, she's so hot.
50 caliber machine gun. And you cannot tell me that would not pierce the fucking skulls of those fucking things.
Well,
you
did.
put Browning 50 caliber on those things, and you're gonna kill the fuck out of those things.
They had a 60 cal. They had a 60 cal on that Huey behind them right there. That Black Hawk behind them has a 60 cal.
No,
you tell me that
M60,
thing won't.
It's not a 60 cal. It's an M60.
M60. You're right. M60. I'm sorry.
But no, when she mounts that machine gun on the Humvee, that is a Browning 50 caliber.
Yeah,
and that is what you need more of. Every single soldier should be carrying a fucking hydraulically controlled, like in Aliens, 50 to fucking shoot these things with.
Or at least
the best way to beat armor is speed.
You can use anti-material rifle chamber in 50 BMG. That's
well, it depends on what you're shooting with that 50 BMG. Like it's gonna be boom, boom, boom. But if
with just boom, you make the job.
If you're sitting there on a 50 cal like Gary's talking about, you're talking about speed versus impact. Speed beats armor.
What are you talking about, Bush?
Okay, we're on the same page. All right.
I mean, you have the fucking Barrett. You're gonna send the same bullet with the same energy that a BMG. It's just less bullets per minute, but each bullet has the same energy.
Because like the 50 cal ACP is got a smaller load.
No. I'm not talking the ACP. I'm talking the
I know that. I'm explaining the difference.
About with Gerry.
I'm explaining the difference, Martin.
Okay.
What Martin is talking about is the BMG, which is what's fired from the Browning 50 cal machine gun, which is what's mounted on the top of that Humvee that she fires. And I'm like, that is not the primary weapon being used on these things. It just blows my mind, because that is a weapon that can kill these things.
Hang on, go back one scene. That's a minigun hanging at the side of that Black Hawk.
The what?
He said Black Hawk.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's not like Keith. He's not like Keith. Where Keith has that sound that he does, and it combines the word black and the word hawk into one word, and it's Black Hawk.
Black Hawk.
Yeah, but Keith is allowed to do that.
Thank you, Gary. I love you. I love you, brother. That was great, man.
Yeah, Keith has free license.
But that is a minigun right there.
That's a minigun.
Yeah, it is. And a minigun is another thing you could use on these fucking things.
Yeah, and they don't.
Instead, they equip them with something that's firing a ball ammunition. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Don't be fucking anti-armor is what you fucking need with these things.
Correct.
This movie is full of plot holes, but we love it because Chris Pratt. What's up?
Well,
I love it because it's fun.
And Yvonne.
Yeah.
Yvonne Strahovski is what her name is. That's now.
Right. Now, I'm going to take the minute because we are here at the top of the hour to promote the fact that on December 5th, I will be releasing my album.
Yay!
First album. And
how many songs?
Turn off that thing for a second, buddy.
Okay.
At the bottom, ticker.
Boom. Oh, the ticker. Yeah. Ah, shit. Wait. I'm all thumbs. Okay.
That'd be just weird if you were all thumbs. Cohen's Ghost, Songs of Love and Other Tragedies. This is the new album art.
Now, is this the singles we've been seeing and hearing?
Some.
Okay.
Can we hear a song from that while I go use the restroom?
I need something to help my bowels move.
I love it.
Oh my God.
It's not my bowels, it's my bladder. What the hell? I thought you were a medic.
Yeah, but Gary has the magic ability to turn his bladder off during the show. Also,
yeah,
when
I
watching
can
TV.
drink for hours.
Yeah, I witnessed that.
Well, I have to go pee.
Oh, good luck with that.
Oh, there is no bathroom.
Don't
wait.
Don't touch it. I hear it's diseased.
Hearing Anima's voice, it's happening right now, so we're good. Does that make you feel better, Anima? All right, I'll be right back.
Yay! Now let's talk about him while he's gone.
Boosh.
Nobody jumps at it.
What the friggin'
silence?
Food porn going on. Food porn, 24/7. Boosh with food porn. He is awesome.
Apparently, Glenn is all thumbs too when it comes to typing.
Oh, what'd he say?
He keeps correcting his typos in chat. It's funny.
You know who else does that? Is Vince Womack, man. He must be all thumbs typing. He's always cursing out his own typing. It's funny.
I try to correct them, but there are days in which it's futile, so I let it be.
I just don't care. I let it go, and I'm like, either you got the point or you didn't.
Right. But what drives me nuts is the autocorrect that friggin' because I do half of my typing on the phone, and Apple will just I'll punch in the and it'll come out Theodore or some shit like that. I'm like, what are you doing? What is this? You know? I hate predictive text. It's so stupid.
It can be annoying, but I have it on when I'm typing in Croatian, so I don't have to do all the accents.
But Gary, tell us about this album.
Yes, please.
Well, there's going to be 2 albums. This album is going to be all of the, Songs of Love and Other Tragedies. Some of them are based, a lot of my songs are based in reality. I write about what I treated music as is my therapy to deal with all the shit that's happened to me. One song in particular that kind of blows people's mind is the one I wrote about my daughter's kidnapping.
Oh,
and it sounds like I'm singing about a woman, but what I'm singing about is my daughter. It's a love song to my daughter when she was in a place where I didn't know where she was, you know, and that one's called Building on the Silence. And that song in particular, you know, it hits me hard whenever I perform it. And I've tried to perform it live, and I crack while performing it. So I gave up trying to perform certain songs because I get emotional while doing them. I will play one song for you right now. This is one of the songs on the album. It's called Burn You Up. 24/7 Fusion Media lost his mind when he heard this song. He's like, holy shit, I had no idea you could do stuff like this. I went, yeah. I, you know, been playing music for 40 years. So here you go. Gerry, ever see this Wednesday's Watch Along is a movie made by your very dear friend, Stephen, one about my daughter. And that will be, there's going to be, at this point, I think there are 24 songs on this album.
That's a
so
lot.
You'll get your money's worth.
Yeah.
So,
I'm teasing in the chat, but I like it.
I'm not even looking at the chat right now. So let's see. I always have a rule though, Bush. Simple rule. Best way to not offend me is to say something nice before saying something mean.
Well, make it funny.
And or funny. It's like because I told my buddy Bankus, he's like one of my closest, dearest, oldest friends. And he would just come in and change the words to my songs and just start doing a parody of it. And I finally turned to him one day and I said, before you do that, you really do need to say something nice, because I'm going to take offense to it that you're just making fun of my song. Unless you say something nice up front. It's one thing. It's all it takes.
How do you feel about Weird Al taking people's songs and?
Well, he does it in a way that's not mocking.
Yeah, it's pretty mocking.
Oh,
no,
shit.
it's not. It's parody. There's a difference between that and mocking. The things that like my buddy was doing was actually trying to make fun of the words themselves in the song. And I was just like, I don't mind that you do that. I really don't. But say something fucking nice before you do it. You know, that you respect the song at least. Just show me.
Gerry, I love you, but it sounded like fighting out of Oxfordshire by way of Phil Collins, Ed Sheeran. That's the best way I gotta say that.
I have no idea what you said because you broke up so much.
Oh, sorry.
Arson and spontaneous combustion. That sounds like Monkey Jeebus's bathroom visit after eating.
Oh my God.
Thanks for the visual, man.
You know, Gerry, it's always about the bathroom.
You pyro, you're a pyro. Okay.
You're
a pyro.
Everybody's having
in fact,
a good time.
Jeebus,
Oh my God! No, he's going to burn the stream.
It has been brought up in
I'm
many
gonna burn my hair.
discussions.
Check this out.
Poetry.
I need a haircut. I'm gonna burn my hair.
Okay. It's been brought up in many discussions between poets and songwriters alike that one of the most common devices in writing is heat and fire, because it is such a descriptor that it can be used to describe passion. It can be used to describe hate. It can be used to describe love. It can be used to describe many feelings. And that's why you'll find a lot of poets like using it. And it's why I ended up using it on an entire album. I had one of my albums was made up of a bunch of songs about heat and fire.
Well, you're also in combat, right?
Fields of Fire, the song
kind of hot.
I mentioned Fields of Fire and Firefights in two songs. And but I also have another song called Fields of Fire that's not about combat, but it uses a line from military because they're referred to as your fields of fire. Your fields of fire, where you're aiming.
Check your field of fire.
There you go.
Make sure there's no friendlies.
Yep.
Before you start popping off.
Nothing worse than the fog of war, man.
Many have fallen.
Oh, that was
ammo of their own forces. Yeah.
Nothing friendly about friendly fire.
No.
Yeah. That's an old joke.
Fucking your friendly.
Mike Warnke, a Vietnam vet comedian, said that. He says, I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing friendly about friendly fire at all.
Right.
But that Born on the 4th of July with Tom Cruise, he got shot by friendly fire.
Do what? With Tom Cruise? Who?
Born on the 4th of July with
the real guy, yeah. I hate that movie though.
Well, of course you do, because it's kind of shits on the soldiers.
That's my problem with Oliver Stone. The difference between Oliver Stone and Stanley Kubrick's Vietnam War film is Oliver Stone's are anti-soldier, whereas
Kubrick.
Watch Stanley Kubrick's film. It's anti-war, anti-military, but pro-soldier.
Every great friggin' war film I've ever seen pays respect to the enemy as well as the guys fighting on our side.
I disagree with that.
I'm
Oliver, my boss Dale has tried to do his best to make these really bad films better.
So, Joe, have you seen Saving Private Ryan?
Yes,
because
I've seen it.
They shit all over the German soldiers the entire film.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But they portray them as humans, just like the rest of us.
No, they did not pay respect to the German soldiers whatsoever in Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a Steven Spielberg fan, so.
Yeah. I'm talking
about back to this. Back to the sci-fi movie.
This is the part I'm talking about where she is opening up on these guys with this fucking 50 BMG.
50 cal.
Fucking lighting these cocksuckers up. Because 50 is armor piercing and it is designed specifically for this kind of combat.
But we missed the whole scene where they have the queen in the thing.
They got the queen. I didn't miss it. I was watching while you guys were
well, I said we. I didn't say you.
It's not the queen. It's not the queen. It's just a female, and they are rare.
A female, yeah.
Hey, in the immortal words of Tonto, when they were surrounded by Indians, him and the Lone Ranger, and Lone Ranger says, "Hey, what are we gonna do, Tonto?" And he goes, "What you mean, we white men?"
Yeah,
that's yeah.
Who's we?
So Anima is correct.
You got a mouse in your fucking pocket. Yeah. So hit play, Mark.
Tom Baker, I disagree, but it's okay.
It's play.
So this is where they're going to get one of the females, and then they make their egress to this beach, and they have a big fucking discussion about relationships.
Diatribe.
Daughters.
Long fucking diatribe.
Yeah, see, Tom, this is my problem. I don't like films that are overly didactic. Okay?
My name's Boosh, not Tom.
And I'm talking to Tom right now.
Talk about Tom in the chat there, buddy.
Yes.
Not all
Born
about
on
you,
the 4th
Boosh.
of July
Right?
is absolutely
yes, it is,
overly didactic film.
Way to step on the
full
joke.
Of itself, and Oliver Stone is a guy that's just full of himself. He's also a card-carrying communist. Fuck that guy.
I agree.
Oops.
Well, you're just trying to pick a fight there.
Hey, did she say she was in the MCU? No, ICU. Oh, okay, never mind.
That was good.
So, The funny thing I thought was going to happen here when he meets her, it's like, boy, if he hits on his daughter, it's going to be fucking weird.
Oh, God damn it. I thought the same thing the first time I saw this. I was like,
yeah, I know, I did too.
What's
It's like,
wrong with
oh
you
my God,
guys?
she is so hot.
Because it's Chris Pratt.
It's Chris Pratt.
What do
Yeah,
you mean,
but
what's wrong with
But
you?
he loves his wife. He wouldn't do that.
No, he doesn't.
Have you ever seen him in Wanted? That guy's totally down with OPP.
Art,
Okay.
you're
Yeah,
wrong.
OPP.
He doesn't love his
That's
wife.
what I
enough.
need. So I do
The
want
whole
to mention
reason,
one of my
the whole
love
reason he
his
favorite
died is
moments
because he doesn't love his
with
wife anymore.
Chris Pratt. He was notorious for ad-libbing on not Community, Parks and Rec. And there's this outtake that was so fucking funny that I got tears in my eyes where, Rashad and what's her name, the blondie, are up there like, come on, guys, we need a really good comeback story. Could somebody come up with a good comeback story? And people were giving suggestions. Chris Pratt goes, I know one. Kim Kardashian. And everybody just sort of sits there for a second, like Kim Kardashian goes, yeah, she I saw the video. She got to come on her back.
Oh, God.
And just everybody lost it.
I want to seize the moment and publicly disavow my co-panelists' remarks.
The last thing I like about that, the only thing I like about that scene on the beach was when he got recognition. He's like, oh shit, it's her. And the look on his face, very good acting by Chris Pratt, by the way. I expected the same thing that Gerry and most guys do. Like, he's gonna hit on his daughter.
The very first time he's gonna hit on her. And I was so glad because I kept thinking that's probably his fucking daughter.
But his face changed so much, and he just realized it's her.
Yeah. And
that was some amazing acting by him in just that like 15 seconds that he had, where he's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's that physical transition of his character, and you see his posture change, everything.
Yeah.
I like the whole idea of this, and this is the last stand for humanity. This is it. This is the end. Life is over once this gets overrun. And it's such a good scene because he has to deal with the emotional fucking, because I get emotional watching a scene in the movie. Because as a dad of a daughter, man, it's something. Dads and daughters.
I have a niece.
And he
same,
watches her fall to her death as he is whisked away to the past to try to save her.
But this is one of the things that. Go ahead.
It annoyed me because he is going back to the past to change the future. So this is never going to happen to begin with.
But before this is what Martin has wrong, is that this is not the first time they've tried this.
No, you don't know. They cannot do.
They
have
several scenes before this. They had a female trapped in that tunnel thing, right?
They didn't have the toxin yet, though. They were still experimenting.
Right, but they need to capture. They need to capture a female, right? So this is not the first time they've tried this in the future.
No, what the? Oh.
They've been trying this forever, and this is their last ditch effort. Right?
You weren't paying attention to the movie. Maybe you were cooking. Maybe you were cooking. But yeah, the thing is, Anima. You're right. He doesn't get what she's trying to tell him, that I brought you here to go back with the toxin and solve the shit storm there. So this can happen, but he doesn't get it.
Yeah. Well, he thinks he can do both.
Yeah, she said, I'm gonna take the toxin back, and then I'm coming back for you. She's not gonna be there in that way.
She's gonna be a kid again.
That's what annoyed me about the scene. It was stupid.
Because
it's just him not understanding. Yeah, it's just the dad's not understanding.
And that may be because he's overwhelmed emotionally.
Yeah.
Well, also he's in the fucking future, right?
Yeah, the guy has too many things to be wow about.
Right. But he ends up finding his own way. Yes, once again, it's Deus Ex Machina, but I do commend them for foreshadowing the relationship with his own dad. Because that's what this thing's about. Is this show, the story is really about fathers and sons and fathers and daughters.
Yeah, 3 generations.
All it's really about. Forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an elaborate story to give you this one thing.
He can't save her, and if he tries to, it doesn't matter anyway, because she won't be there.
Well, this borrows from so many sci-fi films, Jeebus. I can point out, like, you see a certain moment in the episode, and you're like, "Wow, aliens! Wow, the thing!"
Yeah,
Yeah.
It borrows from Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's got so much in it, and I'm really excited that now that he has signed that deal, Tom Cruise signed that deal with Warner, they began talking again about making a sequel to Edge of Tomorrow, because I think that one should be called officially. I think it should be called Fight, Die, Repeat.
Edge of Yesterday.
Didn't they have a title like that in a foreign country? Didn't they have a title like that in a foreign country for that film?
Well, it was
Live, Die, Repeat.
Live, Die, Repeat. I think is the wrong title. It's Fight, Die, Repeat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is the tagline, because the name of the original manga,
title. No, it was the original title of the film.
Live,
the
Die,
original title was not Edge of Tomorrow, but Live, Die, Repeat. And then the studio superseded them and changed it to Edge of Tomorrow. But then you had confusion out there because you had marketing material that said one and one that said both, or just the other.
And original title made no sense, though. The title made no sense.
It shouldn't be Live, Die, Repeat. It should be Fight, Die, Repeat.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like a video game. Fight, Die, Repeat.
The title of the manga, who was the original IP.
It's Lather, Rinse, Repeat, for God's sakes, Martin.
Great. The manga was written in a different fucking language.
Okay. The manga was called All You Need Is Kill.
Yeah, All You Need Is Kill. And I actually kind of like that, but it doesn't work for a film. But it works
Edge of Tomorrow is much more marketable.
It's a more cinematic title, Edge of Tomorrow.
Absolutely.
But I actually do like the original idea that the director had, which was Live, Die, Repeat. But I don't like the word live. I think the word live is not clear. I think that fight is.
Yes, because it's a war.
Die, repeat. So, and
also
it's not a hill we're dying on, but I'll die on that hill.
It's a lot more philosophical, where you just get to the next day, but you go back. You're on the edge of the next day tomorrow.
And by the way,
and you get
that's two films I introduced Anima to, Bush, that I would like to do, because we done Edge of Tomorrow? Did we do it already?
We did.
Okay.
Yes.
The next one is Oblivion, because I like Oblivion.
I like Oblivion too. Oh, that's a good one.
And I'm going to
do that reveal
because technically they're military.
I had no idea. It's one of those things like same thing with Fight Club and Sixth Sense. When I went into it, I wasn't trying to solve any kind of puzzle. Same thing with Oblivion. The reveal was mind-blowing to me. I thought it was amazing. Oblivion's great.
I just commented, Leviathan is a ripoff of both Alien and The Thing. It intentionally even borrows from The Thing at the end. When he throws the dynamite at it, he delivers a McCready line.
Yeah.
Fuck
and
you too.
Motherfucker.
No, I think he says "eat this," doesn't he?
No,
I don't know. It is the McCready scene from The Thing. Yeah, well fuck you.
Was
too.
Yeah, something like that. But it was Donald Sutherland, I think, was the final.
Peter Weller.
Was it Peter Weller at the end of Leviathan?
Peter Weller.
Yeah. And then you get the Hollywood ending when they get to the platform and you get Meg Foster walk to him. Oh, thank God
my
for
God,
your life. We feared the worst, and he just fucking punches her right in the face. And I'm like, God, you can't make that today.
Nope.
No.
It also has a great Ernie Hudson line, which we've had the clip of for a long time. It's like, I understand. What is it? She says to him, I understand you guys have been through hell.
Ah, yes.
And he says, hell, bitch, we're still in it.
We're still in it. Yeah.
We're still here.
We're still here. That's what, we're still here.
That movie has some great fucking lines, Leviathan.
Yep.
I love that movie. It is an absolute ripoff, though, of Aliens and
bad,
The Thing.
It's bad, though.
No, that is a good movie. Shut up.
It's a bad film that you love.
Yeah, I agree with that, Gerry. Yes, it's a bad film that you love.
That was the first time in my life that I heard the word MFer, and I was, what the fuck? That is an insult.
Cute.
Not unable to reproduce, but unwilling to be breeders.
They just figure out how to make aliens gay. Okay.
And absolutely another weapon that should be used against these things, clearly, they should make vehicles with propellers and just drive into these fucking things.
Yeah.
A kamikaze is an option. It happened in World War II.
Even the Blackhawks. Did you see in that fight when they decided to slice through the gliding monster?
Yes.
Well, it's pretty much foreshadowed when she explains what happened to her. So it's not bad. It's just, it's good storytelling because they do a proper foreshadowing of that. I think there are far less plot holes, or I'm not going to call them plot holes, story holes in this film than there are in Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow does some things that I consider to be wasteful, but they're there for one reason. They're there to build their relationship from one side because he's falling in love with her over time. And
he remembers that she doesn't.
And she gets angry at him when she finds out that he's changing the way he's doing things in order to keep her from dying because there's a fixed moment, a fixed time moment where she
had the same thing happen to her.
Yeah, and that's the foreshadowing.
That's the amazing thing. I love that.
This scene right here gets to me every single time.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also, because she's really hot.
As Keith would say. As Keith would say, right there.
And at this moment,
here. Yeah.
Hey, Keith. Did you just fucking summon him?
I summon him all the time. I send mental messages.
We say his name
sometimes
3 times.
Yeah. So Keith, here's what I explained earlier. That when you talk, when you are forming consonants, when you're speaking, that you do this thing. It's at the back of your throat between the word black and hawk. And
it's
so
like Jewish.
It connects the words by a h sound, and it sounds like you're just saying black hawk. It's so
like, did you see that giant Black Hawk helicopter?
That Black Hawk.
You're enjoying that too much.
I am, yes.
He has the same problem with his adenoids as I have. My son had that problem, Benjamin. All my kids have it. But my son Benjamin is the only one who had his adenoids taken out, and so it got better for him.
Yeah, it's crazy that Keith showed up. Third mention of his name.
Yeah, why don't you hop in, Keith? Or are you at work? Or are you traveling? Or are you banging your wife right now and texting?
Whoa!
Oh my God!
I hope Mel's there. Do you hear that one? She'll smack me later.
I think you deserve it.
Oh man, I miss
Anima
those days.
will be my
in which
full-time abusive woman. She will beat the shit out of me for you guys.
Again, you deserve it.
I miss those days in which Scott beat you with a roll.
Deserving's got nothing
paper.
to do with it.
Have you seen Gerry? He's like 6'3" and like just large. Like she can't do anything to him.
She smacks the shit out of me, and it's fun. I enjoy
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. What you call it? The Martin would understand the chunkla.
Oh, the power of the chancla. Fear the chancla.
Yeah,
And
fear the
you know what?
chancla.
By the way, what I enjoyed most was that I would say something, and then I would just like I'd already be side-eyeing her, waiting for her to hit me.
Right
I
before
knew
you
it was
said
coming.
I
knew it was coming.
I had a girlfriend like that. It's like I'm gonna say it anyway, but I'm prepared for the impact.
And I waited deliberately, and he was like, "What is it? What is it?" That was fun.
And you know what'll be funny is like, you know, as a moment in this that they didn't shoot but should have shot. It's like, I think I need a little therapy though. Why is that? I almost hit on my daughter.
Oh, come on, man. Jeez. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. You're wrong, but you're not wrong.
Keith, when I made the joke, what?
Leave Keith alone. It's Monday.
I got to be honest. I'm not a big fan of the actress that plays his wife in this. I don't know. There's something wall-eyed about.
No,
her.
I don't like
She's
her
weird
either. I agree.
She's a good actor, but she's just weird looking.
She's not.
She looks like an
important.
alien hybrid.
I don't think she does a good job in the role. I really don't.
It's not an important role to begin with.
Well, true.
Yeah, badly written character.
Yes.
I absolutely agree with that. I hope they do a better job in the next film. I also hope they recast her.
Which is Allison Beebe. What's her fucking name? She was in Nurse Jackie too.
Jenny? Allison Jenny?
That's no. Goofball.
No, I don't know. I never watched Nurse Jackie.
Betty Gilpin. Gilpin.
Gilpin. Yeah, Betty Gilpin.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. That's her. That's like in Nurse Jackie, the dude like gets panicked and he just like sticks his hand on her breast and she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I get panicked sometimes, so I just like grab breasts." Yeah, that's Betty Gilpin. Bad role, bad written. Yeah. Did you miss me? Ugh. He calls, yeah. He doesn't say, yeah, there we go.
No, finish your sentence.
He doesn't call him by his first name. He calls him by the name he meets in the future. After this dick killed a whole bunch of his people.
This kid was awesome.
Yeah, he was really good. I did enjoy that character.
The volcano freak?
Yes.
Yeah, that was good.
You see how when he started to explain everything, he started acting like a diva.
Well, there's a whole bunch of adults surrounding him in a fucking classroom. Explain yourself. Would you not be terrified?
No, he wasn't
not terrified. He's proud that finally
well,
at
first he was scared. He's like, "Oh my god, why is this happening?"
They are always making fun of him because of that. And now finally it's important that they need his knowledge. That's his moment. That's his life.
That comes after. Dude, when they first assault him, They assault the child. They start like yelling at him. I felt bad for the kid. He's like, "Am I in trouble?"
Yeah, it's the same when you're at work and your boss says, "Can we have a word?" And you're like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, but it's like 5 bosses come in and surround you.
Yeah, so at first he thinks he fucked up, but he finds out.
I'd be scared too.
Now, here's something that's bothering me. Is like if you go to IMDb, his daughter, the young girl, is 14 now. Now, I want you to see this profile picture and tell me Hollywood doesn't sexualize kids.
I also
really
hate this motherfucker right here because we're supposed to hate him.
Look at that. That's the young girl that plays his daughter. She's 14 now. And look at that profile photo.
Don't take pictures like that.
It's just so inappropriate.
She chose to have that picture taken.
She's a fucking kid and has parents.
Yeah, it's the choice of a 14-year-old that knows nothing.
That's on her parents.
That's what I'm saying. It's inappropriate, and somebody that's shameful that's up there.
It shouldn't be. Absolutely agree.
This guy, on the other hand, is a badass in pretty much every role he's ever been in.
Well, he's fucking buff now. He is so fucking built. He's done that for like the last, I think, 9 years. He got fucking ripped.
Whiplash.
Oh, I think he got
wrecked in Whiplash, like shredded in Whiplash. And don't tell me he did not use supplements, because that dude went from being like dumpy.
Well, I'm sure you use supplements. What you're saying is that he may have used steroids.
That's what I meant. Yes. The dude got shredded in like a year and a half. It was ridiculous. Whiplash, also, by the way, everyone should watch that movie. He began working out over 10 years ago in 2009 while he was working on Oz. That's when he did it because he was part of the Schillinger.
Yeah, because he was a member of the Aryan Brotherhood, and he got shredded first doing that. But then he started beefing up, and he worked out with what's his name? Aaron Williamson. He's a celebrity trainer. Yeah,
celebrity trainer. Yeah,
and he was his trainer, and he's saying that he did not use roids in one interview because he defended him. He says, no, he didn't roid. What he did is we got him lean and then built up. We turned his body into a fat eating machine.
Some people have good genetics, and they are actually.
So he went on. Go ahead, Emma. Sorry.
She's talking about genetics.
Some people just have the genetics to actually do that naturally without the use of steroids.
He probably went on carnivore, just straight meat diet.
Well, it's caveman diet.
Yeah.
And you work out during that, and you eat pretty much like 5 to 6 times a day. And you eat a crap load of chicken, man. Craps, The Rock was talking about that because even though I know he roids, but he does work out.
That's been The Rock's mainstay for decades. Chicken and brown rice.
Chicken and brown rice, man. It is really good for working out. When I worked out and when I was in my leanest state, which at one point I was about 8% body fat in the Army, and I was muscular, but it was more lean, and I ate a lot during the day because I was constantly on the move.
Right.
And I'd burn up between 3,000 and 5,000 calories a day.
Oh, I think I beat that by a mile. I was running a 6-minute mile, just pretty much jogging for me.
You got to constantly be taking in calories when you're running.
Right. That's where the rice comes in. It was just meat and rice was it. And I stopped drinking water was a huge thing for me to cut weight because I drink water like crazy. Shedding weight, stop drinking water.
Well, you do have to drink water when you're on a.
We got to stay
specific kind of-
hydrated. But
it's not just that. You will go into ketosis during training like that and eating like that. You go into ketosis. And if you are not hydrating, you'll have what happened to Matt Damon and Christian Bale, where they almost died because their kidneys began to fail. And the reason why is because
that's why you need water. Yeah.
The water helps flush the ketones out of your system.
Right.
Damn.
You need the renal system to actually work, and to make the renal system work,
Anyway,
you need
the
water.
movie.
Anyway, the movie. Thank you.
This is this whole part is the
Gerry
thing.
and I could talk about this shit all day long.
There's even a visual nod to the
Yes.
thing. When they're
Yes.
standing over the big.
Well,
crate.
when they walk up to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's from the thing.
We said the same thing. Yeah.
That this movie had nods to so many movies. This also has a nod to Aliens when they get inside the ship and they start moving around, and notice how they do the same thing that xenomorphs do, running up the walls and shit.
Yeah. Well, that comes after. When they first get in there, they're trying to inject.
It's when they wake them up.
Right. Yeah.
Which is a
woke
huge
him up.
fuck up. It's like, oh shit.
You woke him up. Yeah.
They think they can kill them because they have that toxin now, but
Well, the idea is to kill the inject the female anima with the toxin.
I don't think they can really tell whether it's females or males inside these capsules. You barely see them.
That's
They just
the
infect all the capsules they can get to, but they're
But
just
that's
not
the
fast
idea,
enough.
is to get the female.
Uh-oh.
What happened? Oh, Martin left.
Like Martin dropped out.
Fuck that guy.
Is he running
This
the
is why he
slideshow?
needs.
That's
He
not
needs to
nice,
give a slideshow to
Gerry.
me.
I'm not a nice person.
No, no.
If he's running the
Okay, everything's
slideshow,
okay. He gets those brownouts every once in a while with the internet and power.
Because he's brown.
And that happened so fast. I don't think that was internet. I think that was power.
because he's on a Mexican radio.
Radio. Whoa. I love that song, man.
I do too. It's great.
And his Mexican internet is owned by a white guy in America.
Imagine that. Imagine that.
There
The
we
only
were at the
internet
end of the
that's
movie,
worse than Gary's.
and Martin got mad and quit. Screw you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going home.
I'm taking my basketball too. You can't watch the movie anymore.
Guys,
You felt
I am curious. Anybody else ever do that when you're a kid? Get mad at your friends so much that you get up and take your toys and go home?
No, but I
Yeah,
have had friends that did that to me. And
I got
my
mad
friend.
one day, and I got so mad at this kid. I took his toys and went home. I got
man.
huge trouble for it.
We played
trouble. Got my ass.
I brought my N64 over to my friend Matt's house, and one of our friends had GoldenEye.
God, you're
And-
young.
Oh, the PlayStation game.
No, N64 GoldenEye.
N64. Yeah. I know
And
what you're talking about.
the rule
I
was
thought I was first on PlayStation.
They had a
it was
version of
first on
I'll
N64.
take your
It
word
might have
for
been on PlayStation.
I remember
could be
playing
wrong.
it when
I
it
don't know.
came out.
I
What
don't
I
know
like
if
is
it's
when
no.
they redid it.
N64 was before PlayStation.
I
But
loved when they redid it, but I got pissed because he put
I had
Danny
a-
Craig in it.
I had a Shadows of the Empire. I had Mario 64. I had Zelda 64, and I would take my N64 over to my friend's house, and we play video games. And a friend of ours didn't bring his N64 over, but he had the cartridge for GoldenEye, and you could play 4-player GoldenEye. The rule was you cannot pick Odd Job, because Odd Job was short enough that your reticle, your crosshairs, reticle, could not find him unless you use the other side of the controller to like position down. Off the table. You can't use it.
Okay.
He kept picking it every time and reset the game. Like, no. Rules, you can't pick Odd Job. And he went, I'm going to pick odd job. And he's like, no, rules are you can't pick odd job. 3 other people playing. You can't pick odd job. So he went, all right, fine. I'm taking it home. And did exactly what Gary's talking about. He took his cartridge out and walked out of the fucking house to go home. Like,
you can tell all your anecdotes all the time you want, but that won't cover the fact that you kicked me out of the studio, Bush. I know it was you.
It was me. Suck it up, Buttercup.
My little buttercup. Now, this is
what pissed me off when they rebooted the game and upgraded it. They did this shit, and they replaced Pierce Brosnan with Daniel Craig in the game.
Oh God,
that is not GoldenEye.
Nope.
They released it, and a lot of people got pissed.
Yeah.
All I know is I played that part around the radar dish where you're taking on hundreds of guys at once.
Oh my God, they didn't stop coming.
Loved it.
They just
kept coming and coming hard.
And you have a pistol. God. All you have is a pistol. All you have is a pistol, and they keep coming and coming hard.
Oh.
There's like this. It's when you're on the. Oh, this is gonna sound bad. When you're on the top of the dam.
You think?
When you're on top of the dam, there's a little pocket over to the left, and they just keep coming. And there's a respawn point. They just keep showing up and showing up and showing up. It's like a, what do you call it, bukkake?
Please stop. Bush, make
Thanks for the visual.
The single worst day of my life was when I found out what that fucking word meant.
Joe knows exactly what I'm talking about with GoldenEye, though, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. They just keep coming and coming and coming.
It's like I'm running out of bullets. You have to run over there, pick up one of their guns, and keep shooting them. And then get past the dam.
Okay, guys, hold on now.
Damn.
Hold on. Colonizer Jeebus, yes, man. Daniel Craig has been showing up and looking very gay, and it's allegedly for a movie role. Look, he married one of my favorite actors. She's so gorgeous from The Mummy, and I don't think there's anything, but he has been on agenda because he wanted to have Bond do a gay scene. He kept pushing.
Yes, he has also been looking to not do Bond after Casino Royale, and he signed a fucking contract.
They should have let him go because
I thought Casino Royale was good.
I like Casino Royale and its follow-up film because it finished the story.
You like Quantum of Solace? I think Quantum of Solace is one of the weakest of all of them.
It is actually just another chapter of the first film, and I don't consider it a sequel. I consider it part of the first film. They should just have continued that as one story.
All right, so Gerry, let's have this out right now. We're
doing a fucking show here.
What is the plot of Quantum of Solace? Now you don't want to talk about it. Yeah.
Yes, we're doing a fucking show about this.
Let's finish this movie first.
Yes.
Okay.
Man, you need to not drink when you're doing a show, for God's sakes.
I'm gonna tear you up.
I'm gonna bust your ass wide open and come on your back. Sorry.
Thanks for having me.
Too.
Everyone in the chat, buddy. Jeebus, Tom Baker. Love seeing you guys.
So awesome.
This is where
I'm still trying to convince you to freeze dry or pack with dry ice something you made so I can try it.
Yeah, at some point will be able to afford that in the near future.
I want to try one of your dishes one day.
Oh, you're flirting with Bush?
Well, no, the one I
he's not wrong.
You did. What was it you did with the pork chops? It was one of them.
Did you see his pork chops ever, or the lamb chops?
I'm trying lamb chops. That's what it was. Lamb chops.
Oh, my seared lamb chops that I finished on the grill. Yeah. Oh my God!
Holy crap, that looks so fucking good. Yeah, if
Yeah,
I get rich, I'm hiring you as my personal chef.
I will take the job.
Goddamn right. That way we can hang out more.
Just
And I pay you to hang out with
I can cook for you, and then after you eat, we can sit on the fucking patio and just drink and smoke and
smoke cigars,
talk about movies.
drink some brandy.
It sounds amazing. Let's get this happening.
This
Sell
is
your comic
such a
book.
great nod.
Sell your comic book.
Yeah, I'm trying to find ways of moving forward with the printing of it. I'm considering having a publisher.
Well, you were on Nerdrotic, right? Talking about it.
Yeah. Well, I've talked to Graham Nolan about Golden Compass. My problem is there's language and there's gore in it, realistic gore. So I don't know if Graham will go for that. Like
but you've been
I
on.
can't go for that. You know, we're going off on a tangent again here.
Yeah.
We really need to finish this fucking show.
Yeah, right.
So
and we're
now
right
inside
at
the ship. They
Right.
have explosives, and they're planning on destroying this thing.
No. They tried the injections, or is it? Well, maybe they haven't yet.
I mean,
I thought they did already.
They were just
That's right here.
Yeah,
I should have gone with explosive first.
Oh, they tried. You're right. Martin's
But
right.
the problem is as it's dying, it goes into like throes, and it ends up waking up the other fucking creature.
Well, I thought they put a thermal thing down there so that they could actually go inside.
I don't think Ripa knows who I am or gives two shits what I'm doing.
Yeah, he does. Ripa does.
No, I don't think so. Because there were people because he wanted to give money to a project, and somebody says, if you want to give money to a project, you should give it to this one, and tagged me. He never responded to it. And I'm just like, I take that as he's not into what I'm doing.
Well, that's fine. It's not.
I don't take it personally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. I thought we injected them already, or was that like the last one?
They just did. They just did because they thought that way they could kill them. But what they do is by killing them, they wake up the rest.
They wake them up.
They're somehow connected.
Because instead of killing the female first, they went to kill 5 drones.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Maybe to check if it's really working. I don't know. It was
check it with the female. Inject.
Yeah.
10 vials of that with her.
Kill the bitch.
Somebody say just blow the whole thing up. Our firearms haven't been too effective against these things.
But
so I guess that they wanted to use the toxin too.
But then we get this great scene with J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, and they have these moments where both of them think they're going to die at another time. I don't want you to die. I'll go, and they both end up not dying.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons is like, I'm going to fucking die anyway. Was he got lung cancer or something? Like he didn't give a shit.
That's the black dude with the cancer.
No, J.K. Simmons, his father has he's sick too. He's already sick.
No.
I don't think so.
Guys, he's not sick.
Isn't that what he said when he was in the machine shop when he went to see him?
Nope.
Before this,
the one who's sick is the one who detonated the bombs that he has.
The black
dude,
right? Okay,
but
dude, before this, when Chris Pratt goes to see J.K. Simmons.
Hey, look, it's
J.K. Simmons is like, I'm old enough. I'm dying anyway. Doesn't he say that?
Because he's old.
Heavy assault Tauntaun.
No, he's not.
I know it's a Tauntaun.
Yeah, that's what happens. That's exactly what
happens. He's just J.K. Simmons, and he gives 0 Fs. You know what I'm saying?
0.
I agree with that. Yeah, I said that. Look at that fucking scope.
Right.
Are you kidding me? Look at that scope. God.
Why isn't he carried something in chamber in 50 BMG?
Because that's not what he's trying to shoot with.
That's what is that? A 308, isn't it?
Yeah, but we know that 50 BMG
or maybe
effectively killed this thing.
Maybe 726, but like it's a different. Like if you're trained in 726 or 308, it's a different thing shooting a BMG, right? Do you understand? Like, if you're a sniper trained in a certain kind of gun, shooting a BMG is a very different animal.
Yeah, but you want to kill the thing.
I understand.
This is a tactical move that's used when you fight back to back. Oh shit, Keith is here. Someone's in trouble.
Hey, Keith.
Okay, you move him.
All right. So, is your wife upset because of what Gerry said?
Actually, my wife is at work.
Oh, good for her.
Man.
Also, Mel
welcome
knows
to
Gerry and
disgrace.
she likes him.
She thinks I'm okay.
Yeah, she tolerates him. We talked about that when we met, how we tolerate our husbands.
She sees Gerry as this is a prize for being with Keith.
She's had to have that conversation a lot.
Oh my goodness! Let's not talk about that.
Look, I look at it this way. Obviously, she must have done something really bad in a previous life to get stuck with me.
Or you've done a lot of things really right to get stuck with her.
Karma, man.
I'm lucky. I'm a very lucky man.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what she may have done, but I think I will be treating her right. So
you better.
Goddamn right.
Well, and honestly,
we're at the end of the movie, and I'm pausing so we can get back into it.
Yes.
So Keith actually doesn't have much more of an option but to treat her right.
No, none at all, because she knows where I sleep.
So this
Proceed,
is it.
Sir.
He's gonna try to get it to attack him and go over the edge of the cliff.
Right.
And then, Chris Pratt ruins that plan.
Because he's Chris Pratt.
It's my dad. I ain't letting you die. Kind of shit.
Which is better than a majority of Disney films right now. So,
well, Chris Pratt's mind is he's going to die anyway because of the future thing.
Yeah. I like this movie a lot.
I do too.
I think it's got a really good cast, and can't wait until the next one.
Yeah,
so,
I had no idea.
Yeah, I love the disintegration of this thing. He jams it right down its throat.
Yes.
That's so fucking cool. Hey, Tim's here at the end of the show.
Finally, Tim.
Well, he's in London. His
name is FKHC.
Yeah, FKHC 2005 is Tim.
Here we go.
So
what is
it? We had the show. We had the show.
Wait. Here we go.
By what name are you known?
There are some who call me Tim.
Yeah, being Asian in Europe.
Ending, he introduces his daughter to his dad, and everything has changed. The future has changed, and people say, "Well, but what about string theory?" Majority of
all right,
string theory, a flawed theory that needs to go away because there's absolutely no way to test it. There are other theories that can be tested. That is one that can't be tested. So therefore, why bother?
The smallest black hole encompasses our entire solar sphere. Like even the Oort cloud on the outside. The smallest black hole encompasses all of that.
I picked the right data to come on here with you guys, and we're talking black holes and black.
Oh, Keith went there. Keith went there.
I'm sorry, African American holes.
So I made a joke earlier. I said this movie has more holes in it than Jenna James, but it was meant to be Jameson, but everybody got the joke anyway. And Bush had to go. It's Jameson. It's like, yeah, if you have to explain the joke, then it's not funny. And
it's amazing how he sounded just like me.
I got it.
Get it, damn it, Dad.
So
sounded just like me.
Gerry has a
Do
big
you
white
feel
hole.
represented, Bush?
That's right, because I had it bleached.
No, because it was hilarious. Oh my god! Oh my god! Can we get a backdoor? Can we get a backdoor video on that one? Gerry doing it to himself.
Thanks for the visual.
Backdoor secure.
John is going to go and bleach his inner eye after the show. All the videos.
The ears.
I want to go back up here. By the way, look, want to try Rippison. If you have a contact with him, if you know him, yeah, go ahead, toss it his way. But I'm telling you, I don't think he's going to be interested. I don't think he's interested in me, my project, or veterans. I don't think he gives a shit about stuff like that.
It's supposed to be a business he's starting up.
It's his
he's
business,
very involved with his own business.
Look, if you guys don't understand what you guys did in the community, you created these are all the nerds that are following these two. I've known Ethan Van Sciver for 20 years, and Van Sciver.
Hi Keith, I love you, brother.
The minute I reached out to him to maybe have me on his show so I could promote what I'm doing, he stopped talking to me.
Really?
These guys are trying to be the new big two. They're trying to take the place of Marvel DC. And that's why they're so fucking angry at each other and competitive with each other. Because
that is not untrue. But
no, it is true. I know it's true.
I said it's not untrue.
The community in the social media sphere has helped create them as the top two. And it's like, why are you doing that? Why are you trying to make the top two? You know, I said this, was it right back in 2002? I told Keith, I said, this is ripe pickings right now for the way that everything has happened for filmmakers and for comic creators. But
22.
What they've done in the social media sphere is they've made it all about Rippaverse and Ethan Van Sciver's stuff. And everybody else got kicked to the side. And nobody's to blame for this except for social media and how people do that. They gravitate. And it's annoying that they did that they made these two the top two. And I love them. I love what they're doing. You know, I think it's great. But now they've hogged all the fucking attention.
No,
and
there's other,
not their fault.
There's other attention.
They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But social media has made it all about them.
You could talk to Manny Summers. You could talk to people from Minute's Edge. They have contacts that are doing independent books as well, like you are. You don't have to go to Rippaverse or Ethan Van Sciver.
I don't have the money to produce my own stuff, so what I'm thinking,
right? And no one else does.
Jeebus, I got to tell you, man, I asked him directly, and I've known him, like I said, for a long time. Since it's more like 15 years. I've known him. 15 years I've known him, and
I see you, Joe. I
just, you know, if you super chat it, sure, go ahead. That's fine, because it would sure help me finish this thing. Because part of the problem is now I got to do that chapter that Richard Bonk was going to do because we didn't get the funding. And
what I was going to say was I'm thinking about putting my stuff on Substack digitally is what I'm thinking about doing, because I don't have the money to produce a book. So I think I'm going to start digitally with mine, and then
you'd have to make your own business in order to print the books like Rippa and EVS.
I ain't got that kind of money.
You don't have that kind of money. You have to create your own company to do it.
Jeebus, we should talk about it sometime. We can have a private chat about it. So that'll be good. Well, thanks a lot, man. Look, Jeebus is a good friend, and I love the guy. And you've got a great point, Jeebus. And if that's something that you want to push and try to get some other people to do, fuck yeah, Joe could sell his soul. Joe could sell his soul.
I don't think he has one.
Selling my soul for shit.
Maybe he sold to Satan.
Have you ever watched Joe play video games that soul went bye-bye a long time ago.
Yeah, it did. Allegedly. There's a reason why my comic book hero is a friggin' pirate. I curse like one. It's crazy. Yeah. No doubt.
There are other outlets besides those two. Gary, I agree with you that they're trying to be the next big two.
I don't know if that was something that they intended, but that is what the audience did.
And that's what's happening now. You're right. Yeah.
And
that's what's happening now.
It's frustrating to watch that because they're taking away from all of the other creators out there when they do that.
They're taking away from themselves, for Christ's sake. They should be working together instead of doing this like, oh, you did this or you did it. Like,
dude,
because I'm friends with other creators, not just Joe. There are other comic creators I'm close friends with, and I watch them just sort of like nobody pays attention to them.
Because it's fucking tribalism once again.
That is an exact word to describe what I said. It is. It's absolutely what you're saying. But trying to turn those two into top two is a form of tribalism. It absolutely is. So with that said, and this is no criticism to either of those two. I don't want them fucking coming after me because I'm not criticizing them. I'm not pissed that they're not interested in what I'm doing. I'm not hurt by it. I get what they're doing, and they're doing it better than I am. They have a better social media presence. I just say fucked up things, and people sometimes laugh at it. That's what I do.
I got to be honest. I don't subscribe to either one of them. Sometimes they say funny shit, and I think that's great.
Yeah, what I just like is when they go at each other.
Because
I really don't like that.
I support Gerry, and I love Gerry. Gerry is my friend. Ethan Van Sciver doesn't even know who I am, and Eric July used to know who I was, and we had a falling out. Who gives a shit? Gerry is my friend, and if he has something he wants to put out there, and I will support it.
Oh my God, dude. You did your own version of shit on the shingle. Look at that.
What?
Oh, is that is this the chicken fricassee? Is that what you're looking at?
On the shingle. What the fuck, man?
Oh, you don't know what that is?
No.
Oh,
I know
let me get it for you. No, I'm
beef
talking
tips and gravy on toast.
There are other people.
It's not gravy on toast. It's chicken fricassee, man. I seared.
I'm just saying that's what it is in the Army.
Oh no, I have more pictures, dude. You have no idea what I did.
Hey Tom, and yes. Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Never say sorry.
I was going to show the two types. So first of all, I'm going to show what you made. Share screen. Entire screen. Here we go. Let me go to your photo.
Me? Right, no. Why me? No.
Why not you?
This is what he made. The chicken fricassee on toasted baguettes.
Toasted baguettes. Topped with bacon.
I mean, look at that. That's amazing. But this is shit on the shingle. And like there's one version of it here with chip beef.
Yes, that's chip beef. Yes. I used to
and
do
then
that.
This is what we had in the Army. It's ground beef.
Uh-huh.
And
that's gross.
This is
why
it's called,
looks amazing.
This is why it's called shit on the shingle. The bread is the shingle.
It looks
and
like
the gravy, the beef gravy is fucking referred to as shit on the shingle.
So I just sent you another picture in the PMC chat.
Okay, Gerry. Now say that name in
not that one. The next
one. Connery.
The new one. That is what happened before shit on a shingle.
It's shit on the
shingle.
A little bit better shit on the shingle.
I very well in the Marine Corps here.
You might have been.
You might have a lot of shit on the shingle.
Every single day. I might have danced with some of you one time before.
You know, we missed Bond's birthday last week.
Did we?
Sean Connery?
No. The character of Bond.
James
fuck
Bond.
This character. I'm done with the character now. You know, Barbara Broccoli is a piece of shit fucker.
We call her Broccoli, not Broccoli. Broccoli.
That's her name, though. It's Broccoli.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit. It's Broccoli. After what she did,
I'm I'm not talking about what the movies are or anything else. I'm talking about Ian Fleming's character actually has a birthday.
You're correct.
So
I have all of the videos or all of the movies on DVD over there. Right.
What I want to know is what really Gerry feels.
Except for I don't have Spectre, and I don't have what's the latest one? No Time to Die. I don't have that one. I don't have either of those because
the last film I remotely enjoyed was Skyfall, and I primarily it has so many problems. It's like, okay, let me just the logical of that one.
Oh, please stop.
It's like, let me get this straight. This guy can pre-plan all these things down to the most minute detail of knowing exactly where Bond would be standing underground chasing him to where he could detonate explosives.
No, incorrect.
That would
he was
crash
not
a train
planning
on top of him.
He was not planning on Bond chasing him at that point. He was planning on the train crashing. He was not planning on Bond following him. That's why he's on the stairs and he's like, "Ugh." Javier Bardem played that character so well. I think he was
again. I wasn't finished, so I'm going to finish my point now, Booth.
Yeah, no, I'm going to destroy the point that you just made
down to the most minute detail.
Wrong.
Hold on. I'm going to mute you now.
Okay.
So down to the most minute detail of everything that happened. Okay, that he ends up choosing to have a shootout in a courthouse. That was his buildup. That was his long plan of what he did. And it's so fucking ridiculous that they did that. And I thought it was so stupid. It's like, so he did all this for a shootout in a courtroom to shoot him. And it just got goofy. But I still enjoy the ending, and I love the line, last rat standing.
But when he's chasing him through the subway and the subway crashes, the subway crash was supposed to happen. Bond was not supposed to be following him. That's why he looks back and goes, "Ugh." Keeps climbing up the ladder.
For me, what has become really a sign that, I just think they've lost their minds is the fact that they are not taking advantage of any of the written material. Sit there and say and act like you don't have anything else to go on. You have no more Ian Fleming stories, and I get that. But his estate has allowed others to write stories. And Gerry and I have talked about this. The John Gardner stories have more than enough story and plot.
I actually consider them better structured, better character-driven stories than Ian even did.
If I could, I think License to Kill was the closest film to the novels that I've ever seen.
Well, there's a reason for that, Keith.
Yeah, it was actually not an original story. It was actually written for the screen, and they got John Gardner.
But why was it so close?
Because he's not a gadget guy. He's a fucking assassin.
It's the actor being the only Bond actor to have ever read the stories.
Read all of the stories.
Yeah, Timothy Dalton is one of the best Bonds, and he's very underrated as a Bond.
Role after the movie The Lion in Winter.
Yeah, that's 1967.
He was 26 years old, and he was offered the role, and he rejected the role because he was too young, because he already knew all about Bond. He says, "I'm too young to play him." And then they approached him again a few years later, and he turned it down again. But when he was old enough, 40-something, he took the role because then he believed
he was living daylight before License to Kill.
Yeah, but I mean,
my point. Listen to my point.
I am listening.
My point is that he was a driving force behind the performance as well as how it was shown in the film. He refused to do any one-liners. He said, "I want to put the serious side of Bond back into the stories. And that's why his Bond is the closest.
Dalton said that?
No, critics have said this. That
who said they want to put the seriousness back in the Bond?
That was Dalton.
That was Dalton. Okay, that's what I was
wanted to go back to the way he was in the books, and he didn't want any quick quips. You know, he might say something clever, but it was not going to be delivered like Arnold made famous, because that's it. They're Bondisms. What Arnold
it wasn't a one-liner. It wasn't a setup and then a one-liner.
Yeah, it's just everybody hates that, and he didn't want to do the Roger Moore thing. He wanted to go back to the books and make the Bond. And then, like Keith said, Gardner was even brought in to help with that. And that's why his first one is so fucking dark.
Living Daylights.
That is a dark fucking movie.
Yes, it is.
And it absolutely has something that happens to Felix in the books. Felix loses a leg to a shark.
That's License to Kill.
That's License to Kill.
They feed him to sharks. That's License to Kill, not Living Daylights.
First one Dalton did was the Living Daylights, buddy.
Right.
And I thought the dark one was first.
No. Although the Living Daylights was actually originally meant for the Bond television series.
Yeah.
And
that's right. Yeah. Yes. And it never came to fruition.
And it's something they need to do, because they need to take Gardner's books and adapt them as miniseries. Each book should be a miniseries.
That's what they tried to do. What's his name from Miami Vice? They got Michael Mann involved to try to make Living Daylights into not Living Daylights, License to Kill into a series, and
really
that fell apart. And I think License to Kill is the best Bond we have from the books, because he's like you said, Gerry. He doesn't have these one-liner setups that happen with.
He's dead serious.
Roger
he's
Moore.
Serious set on revenge.
He's an assassin. He's an international assassin.
Yeah.
Keith, who is our favorite Bond? Because you and I share this in common.
Sean Connery.
Outside of Sean, Timothy Dalton.
He's our favorite.
Because
you and I agreed on that.
Yeah, well, because he actually bothered to do the research, because of the kind of actor that he was growing up. His thing was doing research, and all of the actors they had hired never really got a chance to do research. Being friends with the producers, they were hired to interpret the character as played out in the scripts they were given, and
not based on the books.
Not based on the books, because the books were also being used in a different way by the films. The movies are not an accurate representation of the books, because what they ended up doing was taking all of the most exciting sequences out of some of the books, and just, depending on what movie they were working on, they would always cannibalize sequences from whole different stories.
That car wreck scene, the car wreck scene in Daniel Craig's first film, Casino Royale, that car wreck scene is directly from one of the Gardner stories. Because I remembered it, and I told you about that. It's like, when I saw that, I was like, that's from one of the Gardner books.
Yeah.
That they did that. And I went, they pulled that out. Yeah, that's
what I loved. What I loved about the Gardner books is he actually had the bad guys have a physical defect. I thought that was cool as shit,
Yeah. And he's older. He's older. He's nearing retirement, He's that guy that's like, I've had my fill of the version of me that I was. I am now this. This is who I am.
Technically, he is retired, because
Anima says she has to go.
Oh.
It's only 12:30, honey. Are we going to hang out?
Only.
Just letting you know, man. There's a blip in the private chat.
Are we going to hang out?
I'm hoping. I hope so. But I need to run to the store real quick, and they close in half an hour, because here it's actually 7:30.
Well, do me a favor, sweetheart, and I mean this with all my love in the world. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh,
She will tell you. She will tell you. I end date nights. Like, I'm done. Get the fuck out of here. I can't deal.
Oh,
with
we
you.
tell each other. We tell each other, fuck off or go away.
Have a good time to the store.
That is so beautiful.
I love her so much that I could be myself with her, and she just echoes it right back at me. And I'm like, okay, that's why we're meant to be together.
We are very similar.
Love.
Right.
Ooh, love.
I need
So
to get
we
out
could-
of here. I just need 20 minutes. Gerry, so.
Get out of here. So
Bye.
on her way
Bye,
out,
sweetheart.
we could talk about James Bond for the next 5 hours.
Yeah, what we need to do, Bush, and you need to commit to this before we do it. Let's do a Bond series where we can go over each James Bond movie. Once a month.
I need before we do that, I do have the novels in book boxes at my mom's place. I need to read them. I don't know the Garner stuff. I've never read it.
Well,
you
well,
need
first
to,
of
if
all,
you love
missing
Bond,
out,
you need
man.
to read Gardner. Gardner,
Yeah,
That's not
Keith,
really
I
treated Bond
understand.
right.
Yes, I need to go get it. I need to read it. I've never read it.
But it's
I have
also
not read
because
the
Gardner
Ian
really
Fleming
showed a
stuff.
lot of love. Hold on, Bush. You're so drunk, you're not listening.
I'm not drunk. You're drunk. You're crying. You're the one
drunk.
crying.
Fuck you. Man, I've been around drunks my whole life. I can tell when someone's inebriated.
You think I'm inebriated?
Yes, you are, because you're slurring.
Am I slurring? I didn't know that.
Yes,
Oh
you
my
are.
God.
No, don't worry about it, buddy. We love you. But look, Gardner is so important because he nurtured Bond. And that's what I loved about it. It's like anybody could have taken off and tried to make their own version of him. Like Daniel Craig tried to turn him into queer, And
Yeah,
it's like, come on, dude, stop doing that. This was created
That was
by
also
somebody
that was
else.
also Hollywood interference with it as well. So
You got to respect. Well, he's definitely baptized in that thing. So stop trying to do that. Respect what Ian Fleming created. I mean, Gardner respected what Ian Fleming created, so much so that he took the best elements of Bond from those original books and developed this character. They are developed off
so
of
if
the
you
best
could do
moments of
something
Bond.
for me, Gerry, I have to interrupt there. You got that phone thing. Hit me up in the DMs and give me a list of books, and I will pull them off of Amazon.
Oh,
and
I'll
read
go.
them.
I'll go do it after the show. I'll do it right after the show.
Just that's what I'm asking for. That's it.
I will.
Now, when I
will,
was a kid, Roger Moore was it for me. I loved Roger as a kid.
Oh, I was Sean Connery all the way.
He wasn't my Bond. Roger was.
Sean Connery was my Bond.
Roger became Bond when I was a little kid, and so I would go to the theater with my dad and go watch these movies.
Oh,
and I
you're
loved
older.
Roger Moore.
Yeah, that's right.
But then when I got older, I was like, man, he's cheeky. I don't know if I like that, And as I got older, I didn't like it. I started disliking
what year? What year?
Live and Let Die was my favorite Bond film with Roger Moore.
I think you're 10 years older than I am. So you got to
born
see
in '64.
So you got to see Bond in the theater.
Oh yeah,
way before I did.
First one I went to see was The Spy Who Loved Me. That was the first one I saw in the theater.
That was not my first. I went to see
old.
Live and Let Die.
I'm only 40. I'm only 40 years old.
Oh, yeah. I'm older than you are.
I am 60 years old, and
so I'm not digging on you for your age. What I'm saying is you got to see Sean Connery or Roger Moore in the
I didn't see
theater.
Sean Connery. I didn't see Sean Connery in the theater. I saw Roger Moore's run. I also went to see what's his fucking name? The Aussie Lazenby. I have hated that movie since I was a kid because I love Telly Savalas. I love
On Her Majesty's Secret Service is great.
But he was terrible in that movie.
You're insane. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking to you about
He was
James
terrible.
Bond right now.
I've talked to other Bond fans. They go, yeah, he was the weakest part of that film. I dislike the visual effects in that film. The visual effects were bad. But it's still, look, Diana Riggs, you can't beat her. So
there is that. Oh,
that's the only thing I liked in that film is Diana Riggs.
In the Avengers, and also then
I was so
later on in
grateful that
life
he didn't
in
shave that
Game
beard.
of Thrones.
because they told him that if he showed up at the premiere with the beard, he was going to be fired. They said that beard has to go. And he showed up to the premiere with a beard, and he was immediately done. He was done.
Is that what happened?
Cubby Broccoli and
Broccoli. Do not give her the credit for having the Italian.
I'm talking about her. I'm talking about her dad,
Harry Saltzman.
It's fucking Broccoli.
And Saltzman is another love for Spies, because without Saltzman, we wouldn't have had Harry Palmer with Michael Caine.
Cool beans.
The guy who co-produced Bond produced Harry Palmer. He was the anti-Bond character. I love both of them. So, but anyway, Roger Moore was it for me until I got older. When I got older, I realized, oh, he's just cheeky and this shit's silly.
Yeah.
And,
he was a clown before the end of his run. Yeah.
I hated Octopus. It's just like I hated it. I just couldn't stand.
Oh, but I do love Moonraker.
Only thing I love in that. Well, Moonraker. This is okay. We're gonna go after this. Fuck you with your drinking and carrying on the show. So
yeah, he's just trolling at this point. Yeah.
What I love about Moonraker is a lot of
people throwing curveballs and hitting them.
Drax is the real villain from the story. It's a short story, and it's sort of a novella, I would say. Right? It's less
novella. Yeah, novella.
Right,
120 pages.
200 pages.
It's 120 pages.
Yeah,
so
it's one of the thinner.
The main villain in there is Drax, and it is called Moonraker, but he had dirigibles over London threatening to bomb the city and destroy the city, and that's what, because the Moonraker was it going across the moon. So it was a clever story. It's a fun
completely
story.
Different story. The movie has nothing to do with the novella. Well, a little loosely.
Keith, explain why they made it science fiction.
Because
money.
Part of it was because we had the space shuttle program, and they actually.
That's not it. It was
that's part of it.
Movie.
That's absolutely part of it.
Another movie was why they chose to do it. It is the main reason. What movie was that?
Star Wars.
There you go. Star Wars is why we got Moonraker.
Was it Moonraker was 84?
No, Moonraker was
it
78, I think it was.
78, 79.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the one.
That's what Star Wars came out in 79.
No, Star Wars came out in 77.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Oh, you're right. Shit, you're right.
Star
we
Wars
all
was
saw it in the
77.
theater, buddy.
Superman was 78.
Bush was wrong. Bush admitted he was wrong.
I got it. I won. I said it was either 78, but I think it's 79.
79 was Star Trek: The Motion Picture. Yeah, but also Moonraker.
Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Moonraker was 79,
and Moonraker was because of Star Wars. So, and it's a fun film. Bringing Jaws back and making him a hero at the end was fun. As a kid, I just loved that.
So, Keith, Gerry, and Joe, I have a question.
Yeah, fuck Martin.
You guys. Yeah, Martin, you're included too. You haven't said anything for a while. I didn't know if you were still here. Anyway, did Dolly have braces?
I always thought she did.
I thought she did.
I've had problems with that too. I do not consider
it's
it
the
Mandela effect.
Yes.
I think that it's something else. And
I also think that Jamie Lee Curtis is cosplaying her in Trading Places.
But Keith, did you think Dolly had braces and that's why Jaws was into her? Because when she smiles like this,
I thought
she has braces, right?
I thought she had a whatchamacallit thing on her face. Kind of like a kind of a retainer, but it was like this headgear with
it. Right.
And
braces. That's braces, like headgear, braces, whatever.
Yeah. I thought it was an outrageous version of it, but yeah.
That's not factual.
I know.
We all think we saw it, and that's like because Jaws had the thing.
Mm-hmm.
She never did. That's crazy. I didn't know that until about like 4 years ago. People were like, "Yeah, Dolly didn't have braces," and I'm like,
Well, I need to at least tell you this, Bush.
I have to go. You guys be good.
Later, Joe.
I'll see you, Joe.
Good to see
I
you.
gotta
All right,
get
Joe,
out of
take
here
it easy,
too,
brother.
because
Bye.
I
See you,
drink a
man.
lot of tea and I've got to piss like a Russian racehorse.
Well, I want to hear what Keith has to say before.
Well, all I was going to say is the Gardner books are basically big novels. They are much bigger than even the biggest Ian Fleming book, and that's part of the reason why
Ian Fleming books are like 300, 400 pages, maybe.
Yeah, Ian Fleming books were relatively small compared to what John Gardner was doing. So, I mean, he was.
So, Gerry, if you could DM me, just tell me some novels. I'll get them on Amazon.
Icebreaker. That's a good one. That's my favorite. Icebreaker.
Just DM me, brother.
Okay.
Keith,
I gotta piss.
love you, brother. Thanks for showing
here
up.
You go. Before we go, here you go.
He got fucking braces, man. I didn't mean to yell. All right. She's got fucking braces.
We're out of here, guys. Everybody have a good day today. I want to thank
Have a good one, everybody.
Which is included
Thanks for showing
this
up.
asshole right here, Bush. I want to thank Eastland Burkholder, Vin Zinger, the Sci-Fi Mombi, Glenn Fleming, who's distantly related to Ian Fleming, Tom Baker, Jeebus, and of course Black Keith. So
and we got Martin on the panel. We love Martin.
Martin is the right side of my brain, and I thank him so much for always being there. And even when he leaves suddenly, and then comes
Keith,
back.
I love seeing you, Keith. Love talking to you, Keith.
It's always good
Bush,
talking to you.
What are you going to be cooking tonight? Oh no, I ended the show on a cliffhanger. Oh my god, I hope we come back next time so we can find out what Bush was going to cook. Oh my god. This episode was brought to you by Gary's Bleached Anus. Wipeout. That's all, folks.
Y'all come back now, you hear?
Thank you.
Thank you.